And we are back. Server Gnome Attack took down our stream temporarily, but our heroes are not yet to be defeated. We will leave that for their dice rolling abilities.
Yeah, which has been fantastic so far.
Yes. So as we rejoin, you are at the Bent Nail. You have determined that the Tully is hiding something. We have grabbed her in a bear hug. We have intimidated her, and she spills out with, well, okay, so maybe I wasn't entirely forthcoming. He came through the shop, he hid here until the watch cleared out, and then he moved on. Some Zentarum enforcer guy. Look, I don't want any trouble with the watch, okay? And she's looking very specifically at Otter at this point. She says, I don't want any trouble with the watch or the order. Just, look, you can have the bag of money that he left me.
Sure.
Yes.
Who was he?
She says that his name is Erstal Flaxen.
We've heard that name. Who has it written down?
I do, but it may take me a moment.
I didn't write it down. I didn't hug him.
Erstal Flaxen.
That's the only note you
Therefore,
have.
he is unimportant.
Only notes I have. Yeah.
History or insight, whichever one's better for you.
15 on insights.
Okay, so racking your mind for a moment, the name Erstal Flaxen does sound familiar. You had been given that name in your early discussions with the Order of the Gauntlet. Erstal is basically the head of Zentarum operations for North Ward.
Ooh. That's a big fish.
That is, and that's how he was described, as the big fish.
This Aaron.
Correct. Yep. There's a Zentarum captain for each ward.
So the captain, the Zentarum captain of our ward, was seen running from this explosion. It happened just outside of our tavern, and he ran down this way and then hid here for a hot minute.
Think about what the people in the tavern told you.
He pulled something off the body.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look in that bag of treasure they left behind.
Please.
A handful of water Davian gold dragons.
Oh,
Well, that's kind of nice. I mean, it's
this
still
was
nice.
just a way to bribe them, and probably
Yeah.
so we could get away.
This is evidence. We'll be taking this
Yeah.
now.
She's already said you can take it. She
Yeah.
has no attachment to it. She doesn't
still
want any
dressed
trouble
up
with the
like
watch
City
or
Watch.
the
No, I'm
Order of
not
the
dressed up
Gauntlet.
like City Watch right now.
Now we know he took something off the body, right? So we don't need to speak with the dead and
Speak with what dead?
the gnome, with Dalakar.
Oh,
We
yeah.
still need to
we
do that.
could
We
if we
should
wanted
still
to.
do
Yeah,
that.
we should still do
Yeah.
that because that is going to be like really cool.
How do we find Erstal? He's
I will
well
ask.
known?
I'll ask the dead gnome when we speak to
Can
him
I-
where we can find her.
Can I track? That's not really a rogue thing, is
That's
it?
like a ranger thing.
That's
Yeah.
well, that's tracking falls under survival.
Tracking falls
So
under
if you're proficient in survival, you'd stand a better chance than someone who isn't.
I am proficient in survival.
Okay.
Convenient.
I'm gonna try to go and track the footprints to see where he headed. That's gonna be a 5.
There's no evidence. There's
There
been
is no
continued
evidence.
snowfall, and his any tracks that you think you might have disappear very quickly into this the busyness of the city and the slush in the streets.
That's the same answer I get with an 11.
That is the exact same answer you get with an 11.
All right. You guys come out, and I'm like, guys, I can't find any sign of him, and there's just my footprints in 1,000 circles. Like I've walked all over.
Do we know where he is headquartered? Like he's the head of our ward, right? Does he have?
I don't think they just have like a Zentarum headquarters
No.
sign out
No.
front. You know? I think that's kind of like the opposite of their gig, but I'm sure we could.
You haven't really learned a whole lot about the internal operations of the Zentarum. So you caught a little bit of info from the Order of the Gauntlet when you met with them. You have some street knowledge if you want to try and dive into that as an urchin. It's going to be pretty high-level generic stuff. You touched on that when you interrupted some gang and faction activity in the field ward. Basically, like, when are things going to happen, and in general, where. But you don't really have an encyclopedic immediate knowledge of like where someone might live or a high-level individual might live. They generally keep those things secret.
Mm-hmm.
That said,
Need Esther's.
Agnes's grandmother?
Yeah, not my grandma.
I mean, we might need your grandma. I don't know what
Agnes
she does though.
you do have your
her hood was
grandmother,
as
one of your
much.
grandmother's coded journals, 2 of them now, in
Hugger.
fact.
Yep.
And in one of them, there was talk about the Zentarum and the merging, the overlap between the Zentarum and the Harpers.
like literally
You
my
haven't
journal.
identified like what that whole thing means, mostly because you got the journal last night and this happened this morning.
Right. There's also like wasn't there demonic writings in it that we couldn't translate?
There was some infernal and some
Infernal,
other
was.
script.
Yeah. So
I
at some point we gotta dig into that journal.
I know a little bit of infernal or demonic or one of those two.
I think you looked at it.
I did, and he
You
basically
did.
it was like trying to read like old English, being able to read English.
Right.
Like I saw like traces of it, and I was like, yeah, I recognize this, but it's a dialect that I was not familiar with.
Right.
So,
It's
which
definitely
just
something
like
to
really makes me
explore.
want to learn more about the like infernal and demonic dialects of language within the Forgotten Realms and how that works.
And some of it was dialect, but it was also mixed with other languages that you just
Yeah,
didn't really
it
know.
was some
Yeah.
sort of code or something.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So what are our options?
Well, we can visit.
We could try to look
This-
after that puppet.
We can visit the bookstore and get a scroll of Speak to the
Yeah, I
Dead.
wanna do
We
that.
should. We have to
But
do that.
it's going to be a,
Cool.
a while, right? Because
No.
they said
They have
were
to
gonna-
make it. Yeah.
No,
I
no.
think that takes like 10 minutes.
No. The
Remember what-
watch was going to keep the body during the investigation and then transfer it to a clergy afterwards.
Right. Which
So-
they said would be too familial.
It's
You know,
painful to
preference,
watch
right?
it.
So
Which I
can we go back
conveniently
to my
already-
idea of pretending to be a family member so we can find out where the temple is? Because I don't think we want to try to like do this
in the
at
watch
the
house.
watchtower.
I conveniently also have a persona that has been accepted within the City Watch, so I could lead our distraught mother here into said ward
Can she
and
cast
have
the
her
spell?
identify the body. And while please, sir, give us a moment in private while she can grieve her lost son. As a arcane caster, I think I could cast the scroll, couldn't I? As a warlock.
The spell would have to be on your spell list to have basically to have like that
I mean, they wouldn't.
guaranteed success, right?
I'd have
So-
to roll for it.
So if Speak with Dead is not on your list, you run the chance of not only making the investment of purchasing the scroll, but also the personal investment of getting into that space, bluffing your way in, and all that, and then losing it
You need to get
because
me
of
in.
reasons.
It's on his list.
That's
though.
just it. Why? And I mean, they don't know his family.
I'm your
I could
bodyguard.
easily
And they don't.
say
And
Your
that's-
bodyguard.
Yeah.
or
and
that
that's a-
the temple we pray at.
Well,
Am I-
yeah. Are we talking about going to the watch house?
Yeah,
or-
Father Otter.
Yeah.
You are the
Your
father of the
Father Otter.
congregation
Yeah.
Father
that
Otter.
they worship at.
I love that idea.
And you
Yeah.
guys, who are you two? Because we have to bring the whole crew. If we got 3 of them, we got to get the whole 5.
Really?
in.
I
I mean,
just assumed
we're
I'd wait
wealthy.
outside. I
No,
don't-
no. We got to go all in now. This is all in because we're going to set off an alarm and have to
Okay.
fight off
So-
the city guard.
Otter,
Mm-hmm.
a question for you.
Yep.
Because you have been playing this very much straight shooter, like lawful, themed character. On the Code Legal, is there anything that would penalize you for presenting yourself as a member of the clergy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But can I charm him into believing that it's okay?
How bad is the punishment though? 'Cause
It
sometimes
is.
the
It's
punishment-
faking.
5
I feel like I
for
can
damage
persuade
up
him.
Crimes
to-
against the gods. It's in 3.
Is that a crime against the gods?
It's a crime against like everything, probably.
Everything
I
is
mean,
fine.
Murdering, robbery,
I think we can
slavery.
talk
you.
our way around it. Assaulting priests or a worshiper, disorderly conduct within the temple, public blasphemy, theft of a temple, tomb robbing. None of those things really
is that not
qualify.
plus-
Impersonating a clergyman is not on that list.
That
Right.
wouldn't be blasphemy.
No,
No, we're not taking the Lord's name in vain.
we do believe.
I
Apparently
actually
Otter does.
am a member of a religion. I'm not.
Okay, Otter,
I'm
we're
not-
we're trying to figure out what happened here, and we are trying to take into account how you would feel about this totally not goodly aligned plan.
Also, I would really like my fellow gnome to be buried with the highest,
we don't have
rights.
to
Right,
deceive
right.
our partner.
First off,
Sometimes we do.
let me say I appreciate you taking my feelings into consideration. It means a lot, and I'm glad that the members of Maximum Impact are coming together.
I quit.
Second, Aminator clearly wants me to figure out what happened here.
Exactly.
I have been given this
The symbol.
a symbol from him.
We must straighten these crooked nails, shouldn't we?
Well said.
You like that? Yeah. Ready
Oh,
for
well
this?
said, Marcellus.
Now, as a side note, as sort of a systemic, like meta game note, Magpie, you did comment on potentially charming Otter in case he was reluctant to follow us.
I'm just looking at my options here.
I didn't hear that
But
conversation.
it's something that's very important to bring up. Like in a home game, whatever, go for it. Do that sort of thing. Now, in organized play, it is a little bit different because we don't. Our system doesn't allow or encourage inter-party combat. Now, sometimes it is thematically important. Like in a case like this, as a DM, I'd be fine with it, but the players kind of have final say in a case like that. So if that's something that Magpie you decide you want to do, clear it with Otter's player first.
That's
Because,
me.
of course,
Oh my gosh.
but of course, the character would rail against that if they were
course, of
given
course.
pre-knowledge of it.
Yeah,
But
and you should.
But if you're thematically,
Mike, would
like,
you
that'd be
agree that like
awesome,
that
yeah.
might be thematically important? Should push come to shove?
Yeah, and Otter's already been possessed once. What's the difference from
Right.
being charmed again?
Well, but it
I'm your
sounds
friend.
yeah.
it sounds like we don't have to go to that extent this
Correct.
time.
No,
around.
but it's something that I did want to highlight
to
because
know.
these things can happen.
Yeah.
And it's something that the players and the DMs need to like set those ground rules, what everybody's comfortable with. Sometimes you're going to play with varied groups, and it may not be the same group week to week. So talk to the players and hash out that idea first, so that everyone understands that you're not trying to take control
Yeah,
of the game.
I'm not. No.
You're trying to push towards a thematic.
You
purpose.
clearly just like
Yeah.
my character better than yours and
well,
want to play it.
I mean,
Right.
it's like I don't want you to have to compromise your constitution and your own beliefs to do
Right.
this.
Yeah,
and
we'll
no
just
one's
do
gonna
that
hurt.
for you.
Yeah, thank you. I'll take the onus.
Repeat after me. No, really. Repeat after me. So anyway, I just wanted to jump in and explain that, largely for the viewers too. But game on.
Yeah.
Yes, I think we are. What are you guys gonna? You guys can.
Do you really want me to be in?
I think we should do this as a team. I think if Maximum Impact is gonna do this,
All right.
we gotta do it as a team. So we gotta figure it out.
So,
So
this
you're
is how
a priest.
Yeah.
You're the mother.
I would be. And so if we play this off like he comes from a rich family and we come from a rich family, then
be a
I would have
bodyguard.
maidservants and bodyguards
Yeah.
and stuff
Oh,
rolling
I
in there.
thought maybe I
Wait,
could
yeah.
be
Bodyguard. Wait, no,
your
no.
best friend who's also rich, but no, I am the servant.
No, you can. No, this is what it's gonna be.
Maidservant.
Maidservant,
Maidservant.
bodyguard. Maidservant, bodyguard.
of
Because it
course.
doesn't
You?
make sense. I'm the police officer.
Oh, true. I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We also have
Marcellus
that-
is going to be disguised as the Watch Officer.
The spell book we found had disguise self in it as well. If we need another casting of that.
Well, disguise self can only be cast on
Self, right.
Right.
But the bard could do it.
Do you not have disguise self? You do not. That's a thing.
I'm okay being.
I
the
am-
We were
dancer.
talking about my
I have a
tablet
disguise-
with the hand on it, and I was like, don't talk
And a
about
disguise
my tablet.
kit.
I-
typically
and
has
I-
10
my
uses,
proficiency
so,
is
and you
there.
got proficiency.
I
Yeah,
totally forgot
sure.
about the tablet.
Oh yeah, I have. As we're doing this, I want to be like.
I forgot
want
about
to be
the
like
tablet, too.
caressing the hand attached to the tablet, which is still in my pocket.
It's just like your
The
new
necromantic
thinking.
tablet
Yeah.
that is.
I really,
Oh,
can we say that it's gotten to the point where I've whittled the flesh and muscle and like sinew away
It's in
from
the
this?
song.
But yeah, and I just want it to be like the bones,
the
are
bones.
attached.
The bone is. It's all. The bones
So
are all fused
creepy.
together
Do you know
and
what happens
fused into the
if
stone.
someone finds that on you?
It's mine. Don't touch it.
You're carrying it around
You just shouldn't have
everywhere.
looked. Why did you look? If you wouldn't have looked, you wouldn't have known it was there.
All right.
Yeah.
so,
See, it's the problem solved. My thing is-
regardless,
Hey, what's a holy relic to one person doesn't have to be holy to everybody else.
it is the creepiest thing in the story, and that's saying a lot because Vincent's in the story.
Right. Yes.
And the puppet.
Who do you think my patron
And there
is?
was
It's Vincent.
clown monsters earlier.
Can Vincent be my patron?
You
Oh
can.
my God.
You can look at Vincent as your patron. Sure.
We're going to have an off-scenes role-play moment. I need
Okay.
about 3 hours of your time.
Let's make it happen.
All right. Awesome.
I'm okay with being your maidservant, but
No,
I
you're
will.
the bodyguard because you have to be the maidservant because that doesn't make sense, so that makes it better.
Sure.
Yes.
Regardless, I'll be calling that favor in.
What favor?
I'll be in your maidservant.
What do you mean favor? I went to your grandmother's house.
That was
We
cool.
did that job for nothing. You owe me.
We met Vincent. That's a lot of reward.
I love Vincent so much.
Reward remains
All
to be
right,
seen.
fine. Well, in this case, I won't call in a favor.
Oh.
Good, because I am.
Oh, good.
Oh.
Well, all right then.
I'll
go find
can't
some
sleep on the
handkerchiefs.
party. Everybody roll.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
All right, so let's hammer this out. Otter, you are Father Otter of the Ottoman Church.
The
We're gonna
Ottoman
make up
I'm
for
an
it.
otter. Otter of
I'm sorry,
Amanather.
the Amanatterman
Otter of
Church.
Amanather.
Father Otter of
Amanatterman
Amanather.
Church, the anemone church. And you are the father of the church that, Quiche, what's his name?
Delacar?
Melicar, no, Delacar, yeah, Delacar. Delacar and his mother, you get to pick a cool name too. We all get new names.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Pick it, hurry up. Pick it
Deloise.
Deloise.
Deloise Dom,
Lady
please.
Deloise of the Dock Ward and her son are, and she's here to mourn her son.
My
You
son,
are-
Delacar.
What? You're the.
Am I the bodyguard or am I the
Bodyguard.
servant? I'm the
You're
bodyguard.
the bodyguard. Pick a manly, like tough person named like Strong Jaw Fist Breaker or something.
That's the name. Strong
a little
Jaw Fist
dwarven.
Breaker.
No, I'm not trying to take control of the situation. It was just an example. You have to pick something.
If you're born with that name, you're going to be a bodyguard.
May I make
You
a
have no choice.
recommendation? If you want that good, strong name, Brick. Just Brick.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'll pick Brick.
I love it.
I like it.
And I'm assuming Agnes is like this like petite little thing too. This like little like tiny like human girl, and so.
I would
and
also
then,
accept Slab.
And then what is your
Maidservant
maidservant name?
Heifer, maidservant.
Like Periwinkle or something?
Penelope.
Abigail.
Penelope, Abigail.
Penelope's really
I think it
good.
should also be Brick.
Brick too.
Brick and Brick.
How about it's Briquette?
Yes. Okay. This is our bit. We're rolling with it.
We are.
I need a what? What's the like fourth highest position in the City Watch? Like title.
Sergeant's probably what you'd go
Okay,
for.
so I'll be sergeant
Yes, I'm listening.
because I want a little bit of power
Wait,
too.
what's
Come
your
on now.
what was the name that you used when you infiltrated this place?
I didn't. I need a name.
Sergeant McGruff.
Isn't that a children's show?
Gruff McGruff was like my favorite hero when I was a kid.
Not Waterdeep.
No, it could be. Should it be
You
Brick
changed somebody out of
3?
crime. This is perfect.
How about Brick number 3?
Sergeant Brick.
What are the
reporting
chances?
for duty.
What are
Brock.
the chances?
Brock.
Sergeant Brock.
Brock. It's Brock.
Nobody's going to think anything's out of
Nope.
line at all.
No.
Brock the bricklayer.
We
So,
do
Marcellus,
still
what name are you going for?
Brock. Sergeant.
Sergeant Brock?
Sergeant Brock. Mr. Brock Lee. Thank you. All right. That's what we're rolling
do we
with.
still
Sergeant
need to
Brock
go
Lee.
get the scroll?
Sergeant
Oh
Brock.
yeah, we still gotta get the
Stop to
scroll.
go get the scroll before we.
That's
We
okay.
show up. No, we have to show up getting the scroll in disguise so they can't paper trail back to us.
Are you really going with Sergeant Broccoli?
Yeah, I am. It's Brock. It's Mr. Lee. Sergeant Lee to you, Father Otterman. Min.
So,
no.
a couple of things. I need everyone's names
Okay.
for your assumed identities.
Father Otter of Aminatter.
This is great.
Father.
You could just say Otter like 16 times and it's the
Agnes?
same thing.
Brick the bodyguard.
Brick the bodyguard.
This is failing already.
Is it a bad sign that the DM is writing down these terrible names?
It is.
Magpie?
Do you like how you
Deloise.
skip me?
Yeah.
He's like more
Mother of
Spanish.
Delacour.
Mother of Delacour.
Delacar.
Delacar.
Might want to get it right.
His no, I don't.
Two kids.
Their last name is
Delacour
Delacour.
and Delacar.
Your last name is Delacour. His name was Delacar.
Yes, I'm Deloise Delacour. My son Delacar Delacour.
Astrid? Brickette.
Brickette. This is like a Mario like spin-off game, like Peach and Peachette, or no, Bowsette. Is that what it is in the new game? I don't know.
Everyone gets a crown.
Yeah, everyone gets a crown, and then we head off to the place to buy the spell scroll.
So the bookworm.
Yeah,
Are we using our assumed
we are
identities?
totally using our assumed
to
identities.
buy this
This
scroll.
is a
Are we disguised at all?
Yes.
Yeah, I got.
The rest of us?
Yeah, so I
Yes.
disguised you all.
We all go through Picklewitz's
Well, you cast.
trunk of, except
Yep.
for myself, trunk of goodies and happiness, which is basically a costume trunk in a high school theater department.
So you're covered in lace and stuff, and she's
Yeah.
you
covered
get like
in
a high
leather.
collar, like priest outfit.
I did a bandana and 2 fingerless gloves.
Yeah. Can it be like the really bad ones from Halloween, like from a Halloween store that have like the
Yes.
plastic knuckles on them instead of
Yeah,
metal ones?
it's really bad.
Okay, all right. And can you just like, what are you wearing? Like
Head to toe lace.
head to toe, just like you found like a 10 by 10
Yes.
roll of lace wrapped
Yes.
and what are you wearing? Can you actually look like a normal noble? And
Yes,
just with
yes. So I got my hair up in curls,
Yeah,
and it's all
yeah.
like on top, and
Yeah.
I put like a bunch of like metal bits to look like a little tiara in there.
yeah.
And I've got like
Make
a.
sure you take a fan so you can
Yeah,
fan
so you-
yourself.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
you have to have
Yeah.
mascara down your face because you're
Absolutely.
crying.
Tons of
Right,
paint.
you'd be all in black, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because
I am mourning.
Yeah.
So then I have like a little veil of a little bit of black lace,
Just
and
over
I got like
one
a black.
eye though, because
Yep,
you're
just
like
one eye.
totally hardcore.
I actually have. Do I have my eye patch?
I want to point out of like
I'm sorry, darling. You carry an eye patch physically with you.
of
like,
all the
daily.
streams I've ever seen, this
gosh
is the
darn
one
bard.
most like
Here's
an
your
actual
bow.
game. Because this is all it ever devolves into.
You just found a bow. She just found a bow in her purse, like a hair bow
So-
for our.
Jesse,
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm just.
no, you're good. Meet Trisha. Trisha has a bag of holding.
I literally collect everything.
You have like a priest collar too.
I am really sad I don't have the eye patch because I was in here for the first game and a bunch of like other disguise stuff.
If I start reaching into your pockets, will I find goodies and like happiness?
Probably.
It is
Probably.
now my mission to make you go into that bag as much as possible.
It's now my mission to get Adventures League.
Now I just have to get, like,
Trish's
other
bag
stuff.
of holding,
Yeah.
and it has like it's like a common magic item. And it has like thematic things like a hair bow and an eye patch, and I don't know
jewelry.
like a 1 month expired bag of goldfish because children.
Because of children. Yeah, that's probably in here actually.
Actually has a
Alan laughed
disguise kit.
because he knows what I'm talking
I like
about.
disguise kit.
Yeah.
2 spoons because I was gonna play the spoons for my song and then I wussed out.
You brought spoons. You can play the spoons.
Yeah.
Okay, the next time we need a distraction, your character has to
Not
play
today.
the spoons.
Not right now. She can't. She's
Okay, okay.
reading.
Can you play a mournful tune?
Are these like
Lamenting the death of your son,
The
a
dirge
dirge.
spoons.
Spoon Man in a minor key.
I would like, you know what? I would like to, while we're in it, full like entourage disguise. I would like to say that the way that we walk into this bookworm place is, I think you should
Go first.
tearfully ask her if you can exchange her a spoon song for 1 spell scroll of Talk to the Dying instead of paying for it because you have the spoons.
Yeah, see if
and
you
we
can
now
get the
need an
scroll.
excuse to hear you play this.
Scroll for free. That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Yep.
All right.
Let's go to the bookstore.
Bookworm.
Sure, you can go to Bookworms.
Bring your spoons.
The first. I'm bringing my. No, a rich woman would not play the spoon.
I have, my coin is not good enough for the likes of you, but a small performance to enlighten your feeble mind may be yet. Oh, goodness gracious. Or we could just give him the
So
gold.
I'll go in first.
As
you
the
would.
bodyguard.
As the bodyguard, I'll bust open the door and I'll look around at all the books and I'll go, suspicious. And then I will wave you all in.
I'm imagining what's his name from Parks and Rec.
I'm just doing this because this is the only thing I think bodyguards do.
With your, and like the plastic is like popping
I
and
have
deflating.
confused bodyguard with thug.
Okay.
But yeah, I just stand in the corner and I'm like,
Can I walk in as like, can I be your like announce like your herald?
Yeah,
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
in your
what's
captain
name again?
outfit?
I'm a sergeant.
Deloise Delacour.
Announcing Madame Deloise Delacour of the Dark Ward, mournfully the last of her line and her entourage.
I just
And then I step aside,
roll in.
sobbing.
Crying.
Tearfully.
All this to buy a
Silently.
scroll for 50 gold.
What are you doing? We had a bit going. This was role play. We were role playing, Otter.
You lose your inspiration.
I would like
Yeah. We revoke Otter's inspiration as a group. And then we.
I will accept your punishment.
That's something a group can do if they all agree.
And then after Otter like angrily walks up and slams 50 gold on the table, I go, and now Lady Delaware Delaquise shall leave. We bid you adieu, farewell. And I like close the door behind
Are we not
us.
talking to the person? We just take it and leave?
Evidently, they're just on the counter, like, pay what you want. You just grab a scroll.
It's like one of those like it's like the impulse buy section at your grocery store. It's just like a rack, and it's like, yeah, I needed a spell of talk to the dead and one of make Jesse shut up and silence. That one's called silence, right? But yeah. So yeah, I'm assuming that's what it is, and then we can move on to the important part, I suppose. I guess we don't have to roleplay every single second of our campaign.
have
I'm taking
to,
my inspiration
But I
back.
desperately want
Yes,
to.
yes. We could just have like 6 sessions of us role playing this moment because I am attached to this now.
I like this little like scene we've got going on.
So as
Yeah.
you come in, you own the place, right?
Oh, yeah, we
you
do.
own the entrance.
I also assume that she's the only one in there.
This short, slightly rotund gold dragonborn looks up, pushes his spectacles up. You recognize Rishal. You've talked to Rishal before.
Okay.
Rishal is sort of confused. What do you need?
I would like to speak to my son one last time.
She would like to speak to her son.
I don't believe that your son is here, my friend.
He is not here. I'm sorry, Madame. I'm
Please speak for me.
He is obviously not here. We need your services to speak to him.
Really putting these new mics to the test.
I'm so
Dragonborn
sorry.
sort of like wiggles a finger in an ear.
I don't know why I've decided I need to shout now. I'm trying to get the extra energy out, like physically. So
Says that's that's all well and good, and I'm sorry for your loss. Clearly, this has affected you deeply. I don't know that you've come to the right house for this.
Oh my gosh, we're morons. Can we leave? Like really abruptly?
Rashal goes on to explain that inside all of their things, he may have some tome somewhere that may allow you some method of doing what you're looking for, but everything that he sells here it's wizardly.
Is speaking to the dead not wizardly?
We need something that a cleric can use.
Well, that would be clerical magic, and sadly, I do not have that. I could likely procure it if you'd give me a week.
I need it now.
A week?
In a week, her son's dead lungs will decompose, and he cannot speak if he has no lungs.
You may wish to follow up with your family temple. I hear they have such spellcasting services available for nominal fees.
Oh yeah, hey Father.
Excellent. We get to do this whole routine one more time.
Thanks,
So,
guys.
as a metagame comment, as a mechanical comment, Speak with Dead is something that can be found on the spellcasting services list. So that is actually something that you can go to your temple, Otter,
Right.
and you could purchase that service. It
I
is
don't
a
really
third level.
have a temple.
Let's build one.
Yeah.
You build it.
If you build it,
There
they
are
will
temples to
come.
all the major
God.
good aligned deities in Waterdeep somewhere. So
I will suggest.
you could procure that service or
Okay.
hire somebody to walk with you and provide that service for you.
When you
if
say that
wanted.
your god is not here, I will mention that my goddess of Lavatar would love to help us with this. I just personally really love her. Am I thinking of the right goddess here? Am I saying it right?
Rashal says that he
Leviatar.
respects that you
Yes.
view Leviatar as your deity of choice. Certainly not my first choice, but to each their own.
I'm an otter, right? Yeah.
He looks around, looks at Brick, who's just smacking her fist. Yes.
Has not stopped since we came in.
I thought so.
May I recommend the Temple of a Monitor? And he stammers out a location somewhere nearby. And he does recommend that you procure that service through your chosen temple.
Have I been pronouncing my god's name incorrectly the whole time?
There are a couple of ways to do it. You could do a Monitor, Amon-Otter.
Oh, monitor.
I'm an otter is so perfect for
It
me.
really does, because it makes me think that you have a deity that has a tiny cherubic face and little tiny hands. They go like this and break open mollusks.
It does make me think that your deity is some sort of otter.
It makes me think that he's like
waterborne
a
god
lost
of good.
descendant of said
Find him in the river.
god.
And that for a small amount of food, he will do tricks for me.
To my temple.
Yeah,
So why did Vincent send us here?
I don't know.
To make fools of us?
Right.
Yeah, because he's a rude person.
Because we
why.
called him a flesh eater.
Yeah, because he called him a
We
vampire.
were not nice to
We
him.
did do that,
If
yeah.
he's a normal person, I will have to join some sort of religion and apologize.
I'm convinced he's not. I don't actually know what he is, but he's not human.
All right.
Maybe
well,
he's like a drow or something.
All right,
and I'm
Temple of
just stupid.
Amon-Otter.
let's go there. I don't want to go into the temple and like pretend to beat people up.
Yeah.
So maybe you just go in.
Sure, I'll just go in.
Just go make a purchase and come out like a
Buy
normal
a scroll
store.
or add somebody to our entourage that could perform it. And
You're gonna have to explain
Would
the
you like us to
entourage whoever
re-perform this
joins
entire
it.
scene?
That's up to you.
no,
Awesome.
You guys
I vote fast forward to
Okay.
City
So you
Watch.
can get to the temple. Are you going in your guise as like a ranking member of the church? Or
No,
are you just
no,
going
no,
in to
no, not
procure
at all.
services?
Yeah, I'm just
How does it
procuring
make you
service.
feel to take off something, then go into the church, and then put something back on?
I'm okay with it, I think.
Hmm.
I'm all right. It's
You
the first
okay?
time.
Are you? Wait, did you guys actually charm him?
No,
No, okay.
We didn't need to. We
It is
convinced
all
him otherwise.
part of the mission.
Yeah.
Given to me directly by Amanat.
Cool.
Yeah.
Totally, if that's what you need to say, cool.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm
And it's
waiting
the
outside.
first time I've ever been in this temple.
Yeah.
So I just walk in, introduce myself.
What is Amon-Otter actually the god of?
Like law and
Otters.
justice. And
Now he's the god of, yeah, like you said, like little scallops that get cracked open. Because I'm imagining like everything about your character just like screams water for me for some reason. So I'm imagining this like temple like on a beach, and like the little like pews are like little clamshells that open and shut. And like there's like seaweed painted by children on the walls, like.
Well, there's different rooms in the temple. Clearly, you're thinking of the surf room.
Yeah, right. I thought you were gonna be like the children's area.
I never said that.
But yeah, so then we head off to
City Watch Building?
Watch Building 257.
Does he get a
Watch Post
scroll
Station
or a
257.
person?
Yeah, let's play
You would
through
get
the
someone to
scroll.
come with you for that.
Okay, so we got to do it.
So we have to stay in our bit as long as this guy is with us. What do
Yeah.
you do when the guy from the temple sees you dressed back up as a
I will
ranking
not dress
member?
Up. No, because I am now.
He is the ranking
He
member.
is a ranking member.
Yeah,
I'm
there's no
assuming,
need.
and I'll just be an
right.
acolyte.
And Otter can do whatever he wants because he's in armor and he'll hit people if they don't.
I am still kind of okay with this plan, so let's go for it.
Yeah, I'm still.
Okay, so you can make your way to Watch Post 257.
Yes.
You have a pretty convincing array of things here. You're welcome to roleplay through it if you like, or
Convincing of
I will just buy the roleplay as it's happened. You set up a pretty effective scene already, so
All right. Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk to some dead people.
you can make your way into the morgue.
I want to think that the morgue is this like dark, dingy room. Is that like what they would have it, like a basement of some sort of cellar?
It would be a cool cellar, yeah. Temperature controlled through enchantment. A couple of ever burning torches, so there's light. Or continual light spells, either way. But you have plenty of light. It's not a huge room. The priest would, of course, have to go in with you. Are you all going into this little space?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Okay,
Yes.
there are a couple of bodies
That
in there.
sounds
One of
accurate.
them is a gnomish body.
Let's do this.
Is
thing.
it the right gnomish body?
Is it
And you never met
charred?
Delacar, so you're not sure?
Is it the only gnomish body?
There's only one gnomish corpse in the room.
Just checking.
Okay.
All right.
Good enough for me?
Cast a spell on the wrong guy.
Don't look at me. I'm not casting it.
You're the one.
But
You're
you're the-
here with your buddy. Make him do it.
Oh yeah.
So
this.
the journey to get from the temple to here, and what you know of magic, this spell will allow you to ask, as long as it's successful, the spell will allow you to ask 5 questions.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
That's all you get.
That's not.
You realize
Can
what
we
you've
take,
done,
like, can we
Alan,
take a minute?
don't you?
Can we take
You've
a minute
tasked
to
this
hammer out our
party with
questions
coming
then?
up with
Yeah.
agreeing on 5 questions we
Yeah.
Okay, so what
Got
are
one?
this week's winning lottery tickets?
can ask. All right.
1, where did Pickle Wicks really go?
So, I think the most important question is, did you have the stone, and where is it? It's 2 questions.
Did you have the stone?
Where's the stone? That'll tell us
No,
if he
no,
had
no.
it or not.
Who took the stone? Because where is the stone? Someone took the stone.
He doesn't know where it
know
is
the
currently.
answer to that already, though.
The priest would also be able to explain, like, the individual that you are contacting. They can only answer things as they knew them in life.
Yeah. So they don't know this week's winning
They don't
lottery
become
tickets.
omnipotent just because they died.
Yeah. They can't say where it is
I
now,
did
but he
know-
can confirm that he
movies
had
in
it
today's
then.
television have really led me to believe otherwise. So
Right.
I did
So-
hear the investigators say that the target, who would be this gnome, did not know who was following him. They don't think. I don't know how they deduced that from a dead corpse, but
So where did he get the stone?
that's a good
why do
question.
we
That's a
care?
good-
That's
know
a
that.
really good question.
We
Why do
know
we
that.
care?
Because I think that's a good place to start
Because
asking
Paper
questions.
trail.
This stone leads to the biggest pile of treasure any of us have ever seen.
He stole it from Xanathar. We know that already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and if you
that's what I'm
steal
saying.
from
We already
bad guys,
know.
then you're a good guy and you get to keep it. So.
yeah, haven't you ever watched Indiana Jones?
We already know who took it. Ideally, we should probably get confirmation of that. Right? Was it? What's his name?
So question 1: Who took the stone
But
Who
he'd be-
took the stone?
From Xanathar.
from you? Yeah.
From him.
Maybe
If he knows that, and if he doesn't know that, that's fine too. But if he knows that,
maybe how
He
does
was
the
dead
stone
at
work?
He was dead at that point. He
what
wouldn't
does the stone
know.
do?
Where was he heading?
Where did he come from? Where did he go?
These are all valid questions, but the priest only has a limited amount of time.
Okay, all right, let's
Okay.
decide. So where was he heading? That's
was he
really
heading?
good.
Who took the stone from you?
What does the
He wouldn't
stone
know
do?
that. He was already dead.
Maybe.
Who were
It
you
might have
taking
happened
the stone
before.
to?
It didn't happen until the.
Yeah, where
Oh,
were
the
you?
ex- you're
Where
right.
were you taking the stone?
Yeah, that's really good.
You're right.
Where
He
or
was
who
already
should we
dead.
ask? Where?
So we don't ask him who took the stone from him. Although would he?
Who?
He would only know things in life.
Right.
Correct?
Things that he knew in life.
Okay.
How many we got left?
We only have one question.
We only have 2 questions really. Heading, where were you heading? Who were you taking the stone to?
Okay. What does the stone do?
Yeah.
We know it, or
We have a vague idea.
we have a vague idea.
Let's ask him.
Why did you steal the stone?
I don't think he stole it. I think he was given it to deliver.
No, that's not the information that I got. I'm not saying no, you're wrong. I'm just saying that's not lining up.
How about-
with
who is he
what I've
working
heard in
for?
Rumors.
No,
Who is he working for or with?
because I mean, like, but my
he
thing is
stole
like,
it
isn't
from
that
the
didn't
Xanathar.
they say that they thought he was heading towards our?
A bar.
So that's what I'm thinking. Like, okay, I
Yeah.
guess the
Well,
question is like,
they
it
did say
appears to be-
towards that tavern, and from that perspective,
Yeah, we
both
should-
yours and your competitor's tavern could be easily seen.
We could
Definitely
find out
where he
if
was
we ask him
going.
who he is working for or with. That'll tell us a little
Yeah,
bit more.
that's a good one.
Is Vincent a vampire?
Yeah, that's a good one. Write that one down
Yeah.
too. Yeah, no, that is a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, I got it actually.
Yeah, yeah. Tell us what you know about Vincent.
What is Vincent?
Yeah. Tell us-
No, that's
not
vague.
what is
That's
Vincent.
vague. That's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
vague. If he's a genie, he's
But
gonna
tell
be
us
like,
about Vincent isn't a question.
Is
It's a
What
statement.
can you tell us about Vincent? Otherwise, he's gonna be like,
No,
I don't know, he's a
then he's
private
just-
eye.
I like that we're wasting
yeah.
one of our 5 questions on Vincent.
This is important. Well, no, I mean, it is important for
I
our
agree.
party, but it's also important because remember, Vincent showed up and was
It's-
like, I knew the dead gnome's name and nobody
Yeah.
else
Does he have
knew
any
it.
enemies?
It's important for everyone.
Like,
and it's
who would be
important
after
for
the
audience.
stone?
And it's important
That
for
we
the
take it
audience.
full
I know we're over
circle,
now.
all the way.
If time allows, I may have to write some additional content featuring it.
Vincent better be a reoccurring character in all of these streams.
Can I passively remember what is Vincent's like nationality?
Sort of darker skinned. You're assuming he's probably Termish.
Okay.
The people of that area, they have like square beards, sort of dark, almost olive skin, black hair, square jawed.
Okay.
And I mean, women of course wouldn't have the beard, but
He does.
They're not dwarves.
but it's a primarily human nation.
So I guess what I'm trying to get at, because I don't know how to describe it, he doesn't appear to be like Vistani, is what I'm asking.
No.
Okay. I was wondering if we were talking about vampires. My head
Alright.
went to
Oh.
the vampire.
Oh, no.
And I was like, where are we roping this into?
Let's
Yeah.
bring it back home here. What do we have so far?
Okay.
Let's get off the Vincent
Yeah.
thing first.
The priest is eager to get back to the temple.
Who were you,
Yeah.
what does the stone do? Who were you taking the stone to? Who were you working for? What can you tell us about Vincent? Who would want this stone, or who are your enemies?
Who are your
Who else would want this
enemies?
stone?
How about we know the Zentrum want it, right?
Zentarum?
Yeah, that's where he
Zentarum.
stole it from.
Why do the
No, he
Zentarum
didn't.
want it?
Didn't
might
he,
be more-
didn't he
I
steal
mean,
it from the
isn't this
Xanathar?
stone supposed
Right.
to be like the key
Not
at
the
least to
Zentarum.
500,000 gold dragons or whatever?
Right.
Like, isn't that enough
Is
for
that
anybody
obvious?
to want it? Yeah,
Right.
like I think that's kind of obvious.
I think we
why
should
they
go with
want
it because we're out of time and
How about
it's all we got.
how do we
like,
find Erstil Floxen?
I like that one better.
Ooh, yeah, do that one.
All right, we have our 5 questions.
We're good.
Okay. So the priest goes and
Thanks
casts
for your
a spell.
patience. Jeez.
Hey.
Hey, that only really took
Patience
like 5
is a
minutes. Yeah,
virtue.
you know, like that was a real conversation we had to have.
No.
So,
So the priest casts the spell,
yes.
and you see this spectral gnome sit up on the table, and it doesn't really look at any of you. It just sits up. No fire damage, no scarring.
What does he look like?
The priest then turns and addresses your group and says, "You may proceed."
Does he look like he looked like in real life?
Hmm?
Like, okay, so unscarred, what does he look like? Because we've only seen a charred body. We don't like anything.
Gnomish adventure, giant mutton chops, round nose.
Okay, nothing like particular or anything.
I'm sorry.
Nothing like particular, any like tattoos or eye tattoos or any of that weird stuff. that
Well,
we've seen?
it's also a not quite invisible, but not fully formed
Oh, okay,
figure. So
okay.
you don't.
Deloise, is this tough for you? Oh, wait. I got too,
okay,
too
it's
into
good
the
to
bit.
It's good to see him
You should ask
alive.
the questions.
Who were you taking the stone to?
Making my own notes here. Who were you taking stone to?
Delacar, my boy.
The gnome says that I was taking the stone to the champions.
I hate this.
Jerk.
He's a genie. This is gonna be a genie. This is why we had to talk about the questions because he's gonna answer everything like a genie.
Well, that does tell us something.
It does.
Because
The-
Emberic's not champion.
The priest whispers over to you, says that be advised that sometimes the spirits will answer things more evasively than you might expect.
Surprise.
All right.
What exactly does the stone do?
The gnome smirks and says the stone holds things down.
It's like a
Who
paperweight.
are
I
you
want to point
working
out that Alan's also
for?
smirking right now.
Because he's like, ha ha ha, you are all dumb. And I am for shit.
Go ahead, plan your questions.
Ask about the vampire.
Who are you working for?
Who does number 2 work for? Notes. All right. The gnome responds with a single word. Menshun.
Mention?
Manchun.
Oh, we've heard that name before.
Agnes,
Yes.
you have heard that name before.
Yeah, we have.
It's in your journal.
Yeah.
It is indicated as a very not good individual.
Not a good individual.
A not good
interpretive
not good
perspective, but yes.
Zentarum, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, I think
The
he's,
Zentarum.
yeah, I think
He
he's
is
part
the
of Zentarum now.
Zentarum.
I think your grandma's.
I don't think we're gonna
Where-
have to kill her. The grandmother, for those of you. Who
He's working for Manchun, who's Zentarum, and then the other Zentarum came by and grabbed it and took off with it.
Sounds like.
So does
Backup.
Where is Erstyle Floxen?
Oh, I'm glad we asked this question now.
This was my idea, by the way. That
he's
question.
gonna say Waterdeep?
Don't give him ideas.
No, now he can't say it.
yeah.
You said where exactly? Give us the longitude and latitude.
That long.
GPS coordinates, please.
What are the arcane sigils that give me to the teleport circle? So your question of where is Erstal Floxen? The gnome, the face of the gnome screws up in anger and in just visible rage. Erstal Floxen is in Growlhund Manor.
Rotland?
He deserves everything you give to him.
Oh, we will give him many things.
And I'll lean over, slightly breaking our character personas, and I'll go,
That was in
"Ask her
character.
about Vincent."
What
Is that
can
really
you
the last
tell us
question we want to ask? Is
about Vincent?
Okay.
Yeah, it's too late. Go for it.
Okay. We're committing to the bit.
We're fully committing to the bit. Hopefully, we'll get some inspiration out of it.
If we have a vampire neighbor.
Oh yeah, you can all have inspiration back.
Yes.
It's fine. So I'm sorry. Phrase the question again.
What can you tell us about Vincent?
We really should have a last name.
No,
He has a
shouldn't.
last
What if his best friend's Vincent? It's some other Vincent. It's Vincent
Smith.
Donahue.
Vincent Donahue.
So the gnome responds with, Vincent is a fine, upstanding community member of Trollskull Manor, or of Trollskull Alley. A proficient private eye, but something is not right. The man's hands are just wrong.
I hate the man's hands. I'm going to say that over and over in my head for the rest
I
of the
have
day.
a few ideas.
We have to chop off Vincent's hands.
I don't know if that's where that was going.
That's where we're going with
With
it.
that, the spectral image of the gnome wisps away. The priest looks at the group of you and says that is the full effect of the spell. Thank you for your patronage. Amanatter's blessings be upon you.
And also
And
to
to you,
you.
brother.
Do you guys have like summer camps where you train new people? Because just curious.
Yeah,
He can give you the whole recruiting spiel if you're interested.
Like, just stop by our place later
Yeah.
and let us know what kind of
Would
programs
you be
have,
interested in doing a
because
seminar at our manor?
apparently our priest just has never been there.
Rotland Manor.
I would really love to maintain these outfits and these disguises for the rest of the summer.
Let's. Yeah, sure.
I look like a karate. Like,
You made that
80s
decision.
I look like an
You got
80s
to decide what you
karate.
were wearing, though.
like
I
the
only
white
after we
kid that
drop off
dresses
the
up
other
as a
priest.
karate master. It doesn't look good. I want to change.
We have to drop off the other priest so I can assume Father Otter of Amannatter again.
So we are, despite Agnes's protest,
Okay.
maintaining. You could be like,
This is
you
a
could-
big favor.
I'll tell you what, though, we can stop at home, and if you want, we can evolve from like Karate Kid to Karate Kid 2
Listen.
if you want like a different color headband or something.
Yeah.
So
But
it
so-
sounds like
Yeah, we
he
have.
was taking it to the champions. That I'm guessing that has to be us.
No clue.
'Cause- No?
You're thinking very highly of us.
I think
Well-
we are the champions. I like your positive attitude.
If Emmerich was a single man who owns a bar, he's not known as a champion, correct? Not that we've heard of.
Well,
or-
maybe we are just wrongly assuming he was bringing it to us.
Yeah.
You haven't really spent a whole lot of time with Emic.
Yeah,
so-
but he sounds like a real loser.
Never
Yeah.
met him,
That's what everyone
actually.
keeps saying,
Right.
so it must be true.
So, so he clearly didn't like Erstal Floxen.
Yeah.
He
Clearly
wasn't
not.
pleased. So I think it seems like he took it, wasn't prepared to give it to the Zentarum, and then the Zentarum got angry about that, followed him along, and
Yeah. Something like that.
blew him up and took it.
But what do we do now?
We go to Grotland Manor.
That's
Yeah,
my
it's our
thought.
only lead.
Who could we be considered the champions of?
A lot of places. Obviously, people are responding to what we're doing.
You don't know
we
how
saved
bad
a
the
dog.
last champions were. We look amazing compared to them.
True.
We saved a dog.
Well, and think about what you've done. Like you,
We could be the
you fought off
champions
the
of
troll.
Volo, maybe.
You've done some community events. You found the troll. You interrupted
Neverember.
some Zentarum and
Yes.
Xanathar stuff up in Field Ward.
That's
Yeah,
Little things here and there.
we're
Right.
cooler than we realize, guys.
right.
And there's always Mert.
You have earned favor with Mert.
And if we broke up the Zentarum Xanathar thing, that could have gotten back to Dalekar and thought we are foes of Xanathar. And
Also, you've done good
Zentarum.
things for Volo, and Volo really likes to talk about
right.
Everything.
everything.
I say we go to Grotland Manor.
Yeah, let's do it.
I
Are
would
we
love
still
to.
in disguise?
Yes, we are still in
I
disguise.
apologize for that question. That obviously-
We're gonna always be in disguise from now on
I've
out.
decided my
Cool.
one piece of power for this session is that we do not
My
get out of
headband is
these
starting to
costumes.
chafe. I just want to point that out. It's
Magpie, I mean Deloise.
Lady Deloise!
Lady Deloise, sorry. Are you familiar?
Lady Deloise, Delaware!
Yeah.
Wait,
Are
that
you
was it,
familiar
right?
with Grotland Manor and its location?
Yeah, I can take you there.
I, as Sergeant Lee of the City Watch, can lead. I know this city like the back of my hands over my 25 years of expert service to Waterdeep and its citizens. I can lead us to Growlhoon Manor. And I look at literally like some random person next to me and I go, yo! Where's Growlhoon Manor?
So
Is this all at like 3 in the morning too, by the way?
Yeah, what time
Oh,
is
it's
it?
later on.
at this
It's
point,
11.
you're getting up into evening,
Okay.
late
are we?
afternoon,
Oh.
evening.
Yeah.
You've had a lot going on here. Your trek over to the temple and procuring services.
have
And it's
had a
not
lot
like you go in, plunk a coin on the counter, and it's not a vending machine. But yeah, you're getting into late afternoon, early evening. It's been a very long day. Otter, the thing that occurs to you first and foremost, it may have occurred to the rest of your party, but certainly does for you. If you've been given evidence of even using magical means to gather that evidence, but if you've been given evidence of where a known associate of the Zentarum, a prime wanted suspect, is currently located, the first thought that crosses your mind is that this is a City Watch matter.
We have a member of
That's
the
not
City
to say
Watch
that it's not your
with us.
responsibility to deal with, but
Right. Well,
Yeah, I think you're right, Lady Delaware. Luckily, we do have a member of the City Watch with us. So,
And-
as my associates.
the rest of Maximum Impact has thoroughly convinced me that the City Watch is corrupt.
So now you don't trust them at all for anything?
No, you told me they're all corrupt, especially the
Perfect!
higher up they go.
It all works.
Sometimes this does work out.
Otter, you never should have come to the
Cool.
city, country boy.
The price
city's too
of
big
this
for you.
compliance is that you no longer will trust them with anything forever, and will
Look,
tell
so-
them how corrupt they are at every possible second.
I need two things here. One, I need you four to make me deception checks.
I thought you were going to be like, to shut up.
Shut up.
I also thought that's what you were
I
about
will
to
do
say.
that.
I
Deception? Is
Wanted
that
to say that
one
I
of the
wanted-
things you
I
can
wanted to use
do?
my
Oh, it's
inspiration.
one of my good things. 15.
Okay, 15, 14.
I already rolled. Can I use my inspiration to make it double rolls?
No, you cannot use inspiration like that because I could.
I have a 9 in deception.
All right, what did Magpie get?
Magpie, what'd you get? Magpie, I'm rolling for you.
Yeah, what'd you roll?
I rolled a number. She rolled a natural freaking 20.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you roll for me, please?
Yeah, right?
yeah.
Can I roll for myself
an
next time?
insight check. You are at disadvantage
Ooh, Otter, you're too good.
because your allies are very convincing.
It's a 9.
So clearly, if the City Watch is corrupt and they're asking about Erstofloxen, your immediate thought is, this is a City Watch matter. Why are they in league with Erstofloxen?
Let's go ask him.
I like that. I like how that, yeah.
Clearly, Aminator has given me the sign to pursue this and leave it out of the hands of the corrupt City Watch.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
And you know, Otter, or Father Otter, my friend, I do believe that if you were interested in maybe doing some vigilante justice, that maybe our friend Vincent might know a little bit about working under the the eyes of the City Watch.
I think next time you see a City Watch person, you should punch them right in the face.
I think that's a terrible idea, Brick.
Because they are corrupt monsters.
Yeah, I wear City Watch garb. Please remember, we are not, despite whatever our character sheets say, we as a group are not terribly intelligent. And then we head to Growlhound Manor.
So the Growlhound family is they're known enough throughout North Ward for you to kind of know like where their manor may be located.
And we say that at some point on our way to Growlhound Manor, we stopped to get Tiamat.
Tiamat?
Yes.
We're taking
Okay,
Tiamat
sure,
Because
yeah.
there's 5 of us, and I realized if we add a dog, that turns us into the Scooby-Doo gang.
Wait. You want to
called
go
Alma.
back and get Tiamat so that we can pretend to be Scooby-Doo as we go and infiltrate this place.
As we pretend to be the Scooby-Doo gang, as we pretend to be this group of like
Yes.
noble people, as we pretend to yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. I don't think
I would also
awesome.
suggest.
All right, cool.
I just wanted to make
I
sure I
think it's the
visualized the
danger.
right thing in my
Yep.
head. Yep, I'm good with it.
Good.
All right, Jinkies gang.
Yeah.
We got a mystery on our hands.
You do. All right, you can go back. You can get Tiamat.
Who do I gotta get to like serve me coffee?
Listen, if you were on the end, someone would serve
Yeah,
you
yeah.
coffee.
I'll just eat my
Just chuck
chips.
it under the table.
Yeah. All right, yeah. So then I do.
No,
have
you're
quite
fine.
A,
You're fine.
I'm just pissing a fit.
Oh.
Let's
So
go to
you can go
Growlhound.
grab Tiamat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Find your way over to Growlhound Villa. It's the location of their manor. Villa. They are here in North Ward.
Is this a large
There's-
estate?
It's a fairly large house, 2-story. There's a pretty thick wall going around it. Small enclosed yard. They're a corner unit, so it's not like the yard going all the way around. But there are large sealed buildings next to them.
What's the plan here,
Can we
guys?
see anybody like guards or?
Well, the wall is 8 feet tall, so you can like pass by the gate and see that there's that fence area. You do see one person sort of doing groundskeepery things, shoveling the walk and ostensibly throwing salt out or sand or whatever.
All right.
But you don't see anything like in the windows.
I think that we should just climb over the wall.
On the-
What? I
maybe
thought
on
we were
the-
I think
going
that's a little
in.
extreme. I'm dressed up a little too much for climbing over walls.
I could just open the door. I could make a warrant to open the door.
What is our
Warrant
plan
door,
here?
Warrant of door opening. I
I
can
might-
write that.
What do we think is occurring here? That
We
there's
think they're
still
harboring a
Floxen?
fugitive. Yeah.
Please, you're dressed up like the City Watch. I might be able to forge a warrant.
Like right now on the street?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing.
In the snow.
It's
Yeah.
it would take you a little time to forge that, but you could dart in to
How long?
give yourself an hour.
Do you want to just go home, take a nap, forge a document,
Coming in hot.
forge a
No,
document,
I have coffee too.
and then like head out here in the morning?
I mean, not necessarily in that order, but yeah. I'll probably
So
forge
we'll
and then
forge a
nap.
document, then we'll go home.
I think a rest is probably reasonable as well. We've been up for basically a day and a half straight.
2 days.
Yeah.
You are pushing the beginnings of exhaustion. That said, who knows how long Urstal Floxen's going to be here?
That is also true.
I am now fully committed to infiltrating this house.
What is the Waterdeep brand Red Bull? I would like to stop at the corner store and purchase us all
What do you mean you're
It's-
not comfortable
so,
infiltrating
it's-
the house? You're the rogue.
It's coffee, but instead of water, they use dwarven
do
spirits.
it.
Oh no, I totally think I could do it.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
it's like I was
that'll
gonna take a
wake you up
nap,
real
but now
quick.
I'm all on board with just doing it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys want to like break in? I can break you in. I can.
I feel like we've been
The
so
gates are
happy.
locked. There
we can
are
come back at like the dark.
there are no street level windows, but climbing up to second story, there
She
are.
can throw us to the second story.
I can pretty much walk up
Right?
walls now because I.
Yeah,
I mean, that
Esther
would- that
is
wouldn't draw any
literally a
attention.
half-orc catapult.
No. Up, up.
Her
Like acrobats.
Her class is catapult.
I have
This is a siege weapon.
I took thief as
She's
like
a
my
siege
archetype.
weapon. Our little siege weapon.
I'm dainty.
Wearing your like lace like thing as you have this like battle axe. I'm dainty.
Now that said, as it is getting later in the day and the streets are becoming dark, you could try and go over the wall. The wall's only 8 feet.
Yeah.
Can I just like do that?
You'd have to jump a little bit.
Okay.
I
You're-
can climb
little
over
bit.
it. Listen, I have second story work. I can literally like walk up the wall with gecko feet.
Yeah.
Falling to the side and unlock the gate for you.
Let's do it.
Sure.
All right, so I'm gonna
I mean,
I'm
it's
gonna-
gotta
wait,
be
wait.
nighttime because it was evening before we even made
I'm
it
gonna
over
turn
here,
to you
right?
and I go,
Yeah,
what?
it's getting
the
dark.
city watch
Yeah.
wants me to climb over the wall. Well, I can't disobey that order. And I'm gonna
I'm like, what? Yeah, totally. Climb over the wall.
So
Okay,
you're
city
actually
watch.
saying that?
Yeah.
Okay,
say
I
it
guess
out
I won't
loud.
ask for a stealth check then.
No. I'm just because it's still daytime, so I assume people are like walking around.
No, it's
this-
like evening, he
Like,
said.
why don't there's a guy outside?
Right,
why don't
but-
you go up and say, "Hey, come here and open the gate?" And
I have a really good idea. I have a better idea.
Shoot.
I have a question. Does Lady Delaware's outfit happen to possess a purse of some sort? Of course. Beautiful. I rip the purse away and I throw it over the wall and I go, "Oh, thief!" And then I hoist you or get Astrid to hoist
All
you
right.
over the wall.
I will climb up the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Climbing no longer costs you extra movement, and when you make a running jump, I can go 3 extra feet
Oh, nice.
because of my second story work. So
Okay.
I'm gonna fly over that wall.
Yeah, you are.
Take 3d6
Literally.
And then
damage.
I'm gonna pick up the purse and go, I've got it. Let me unlock the door so you can retrieve it,
So you
milady.
you scoop up the purse,
Yeah.
just shake off the snow and all that, and that individual that you guys had seen doing the groundskeeper work, he just sort of appears in front of you,
Oh.
Is it Vincent?
Hello.
and as
Listen.
your eyes sort of like go from the feet all the way up, right? And by the time you reach the top, you realize that there's no like human-ish body left. It's become this translucent black figure.
Okay.
And he's got 2 shadowy hounds with him as well. He reaches forward, so I do need initiative.
I say
You
that
have been
character
flung
too.
over the wall. You are over here. We're gonna use this as the chunk of wall.
Okay, minis.
Go ahead and drop yourself right over here.
here we are! Oh, look at that!
Nice fall.
That's my initiative roll.
Ooh.
I got
That's
better
not
than
bad.
you did.
What?
I got better than everybody did.
The tower is like magical.
I'm gonna go first.
I need a couple of things.
There's a tower.
Your tower, your dice
Your
tower.
dice tower.
Yes.
The adorable little thing that you use to roll your dice.
I do like it. I like it because it keeps all of my dice in one place. And
That-
I roll them.
That is helpful.
Okay,
Ah,
so how
there it
did
is.
we actually land? Because this is not working.
Exactly like this. Swoopy.
Is this the gate?
I didn't
Yeah,
know
she's gonna
that
be
the
here.
ghost minis would get so much action in this
Yeah.
adventure.
So we're all like,
Yeah, you're all on the other side of the gate.
I don't know which ones. I think.
Next to the giant coffee cup.
Which one are you, my dear?
Who, me?
No.
I am the gold-haired
You're this
lady, yes, with a
You're
sword
like
that's
here.
half drawn, which is a
That's
cool
Otter.
mini.
Otter.
Get it right.
It's very important.
Wait, what's up with the badger? Oh, those are the dogs.
No, it's a badger.
I feel like, was there a ghost badger and a ghost corgi?
Aw, more animals to add to our
I would
collection.
not kill that ghost corgi.
I would not either. I'd be like, you can kill me.
Be okay with the badger. I feel pretty bad. I read a lot of Redwall when I was young. They were always the good guys.
So that is a somewhat like humanoid shaped, inky black shape.
Okay.
And the other forms they have the vague shape of dogs, but they have the same like
All right.
blackish
As
appearance.
I look up and I take it all in, the only thing I say is, okay.
All right. So that said, I do need initiative from everybody. Otter,
18.
18. Agnes,
17.
17. Marcellus,
18.
Magpie,
17.
Astrid,
11.
11.
Walls.
And I got these.
What are you giggling about?
I
Nothing.
have plans.
Oh,
They're
no.
really dangerous plans.
All right, so this is basically it. I'm not worried about it being a full surprise round. It'll just be one round with us,
Okay.
and then we'll go into standard initiative. Make sense?
Okay. Yep.
All
Makes
right.
sense.
Perfect.
So this this thing reaches forward.
Okay. It gets to go first. That's unfortunate.
It did beat your initiative.
All right.
It reaches forward. It connects,
Okay.
and its hands sort of go through you and attempt to sap some of your strength.
All right. Well, that's clearly not going to work.
It's 7 points of necrotic damage.
I've had it before.
Nice.
Your strength goes down by 1.
I don't like that.
My strength goes. Oh, yep, that's still
You remember
familiar.
that? Yeah.
I've felt that a lot lately. It's weird.
There's that. Normally this would be Marcellus, so that'll come into second round. Agnes,
Yes.
or sorry, it would be Marcellus, then Otter, then Agnes.
Is
But
it my turn?
it is your turn.
Okay.
Yep.
So I have a necklace of fireball.
You do have a necklace of fireballs.
I will
Yep.
take one of those beads
Mhm.
and I will chuck it.
Child.
I will chuck it in the middle of that hot mess of ghosts.
You mean right behind the ghost?
Make me an insight check before you do this.
That's generous.
You're tier 1.
For an insight,
Yeah.
I got 19.
Okay, I'm only looking for a 10 because you've already seen what happens when someone uses a necklace of fireballs to
Okay.
detonate a fireball in a
You wanna
public
die?
space. It's not so much.
I want them to die.
It's not so much that you're worried about you dying. You know this will summon the City Watch,
Yep.
and any attempt at stealth will
I'm
be
really
utterly
glad
destroyed.
That I took the moment to take an insight check.
You are welcome to make that action, but these are things that you
All right.
instinctively just know.
Well-
As you reach, you get that flash of, do I really want to?
Oh, that.
I'm sure they're not on guard either. You know, 2 massive fireballs in the same day. Nothing
All right.
suspicious here.
So
You should unlock the door so the rest of us can get in.
yeah, can I use my cunning action to disengage and then
Yeah.
run over and unlock the door?
It'd be an action to unlock from this side. So bonus action to disengage.
Yes.
You take the step back as
Yes.
part of your move. The action to unlock the gate,
Yes.
and you still have movement left.
Wait, does the unlocking of the gate happen automatically? Am
It's
I
your-
that good?
You can unlock from this side. Basically, look at it like a
Oh.
deadbolt, right?
That's exciting.
Right? You would have to pick it or cast, knock or something from the opposite side. Here, you basically you spend your action to turn the knob, lift the lever, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, so I will open the gate and I'll scream, ghost, 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 ghost. And then I will run behind my friends.
Oh, back out into the
Yep.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Best bodyguard ever.
Yep.
Okay. As you
the
do,
best.
You have dog treats.
Best bodyguard ever. Thank you, Brick. Thank you for defending Lady
By the
Delaware
way,
in her
I'm
time
still
of need.
dressed as a karate master.
Yeah, this is fabulous.
so as you do that, you run back out into the street, and as soon as you do, they fade away.
Okay.
Oh.
That's cool.
The gate is now wide open.
Now you are the best bodyguard ever.
What do you
Until they
do?
got rid of them.
walk in.
So I still think we could take them. I just want to take them with like my friends, not
Yeah.
alone. Also,
Did we see
I
them?
lost my strength.
Yeah, once she had gotten in there, like you saw that brief flash of those figures, but as soon as she got into the street,
Astrid and I should go in first.
Is there like some sort of spells we can prepare beforehand to make us awesome?
I can make them flee if they are
Oh, yeah.
ghosts.
You go in and make
You
them run
could
away,
just,
and then
like,
we'll
turn undead.
Correct.
Like
you do it.
preemptively.
You
Right.
go.
so this does bring
Go,
us to
champ.
top of the round with Marcellus.
I'm still going.
Yeah.
Okay, so you ran out screaming ghosts.
Yeah,
We turn around and we don't see anything, do we?
Nope.
I look at you and I go, where?
in there,
In where?
in the place of the garden.
Like right.
The place with
Well
the
stated.
plants, man.
Well stated, Agnes.
I guess I'll like point where she was and I'll go there? Question
Yeah,
mark.
I have necrotic damage. All right, I know what it feels like. This isn't my first necrotic rodeo.
Gross.
And I would like.
That sounds awesome.
The dog doesn't like it. I don't like it. We should have the cleric go.
Is
in.
this poor dog gonna have flashbacks?
Yeah, this is like the second necrotic episode we've made him walk through.
I don't see anything, so I'm like, all right, well the gate's open, thanks.
Okay, you get in there.
Yeah.
Watch out for the badger one. He's really a jerk.
You see them.
That's unfortunate. They like appear suddenly.
As you get a few steps in, they sort of shimmer into existence.
I go, oh, okay, and I turn around and I look at the badger and the ghost,
Mhm.
and I would like dexterity saving throws from them, please.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. So I have rolled my saves. What are we doing?
Dex 13. I'm doing fairy fire.
Okay. So you have the badger dog. That one is now outlined in Fairy Fire.
Cool. All right, so you see the dog boy, badger boy outlined in like a purple fire.
I feel confused.
Okay. And I go, that's a badger, that's not a ghost. And then I
But yeah, I mean it's a black shape.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll pass.
We
Okay,
buy in,
Otter.
yet still refuse to buy in.
Yes, exactly.
I will run in
Mhm.
and go dead center right next. Yeah, perfect.
Sure.
And I will turn undead
Sweet.
because it's been so effective.
Turn Undead is pretty good stuff.
It is.
And the DC for your Turn Undead?
12.
Okay. There is a series of hideous shrieks. You will find out how effective you've been when their turns come up.
Excellent. And then I want to stand on the line where they appear and reappear and move back and forth.
So retreat back to the gate. Agnes.
All right. So I'm going to run in.
now I just envision you
wanna-
as Kevin Costner in the movie Bodyguard.
I want to use my fireball.
Because I'm
so
saying like Frank
bad.
Macchio.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm so like torn between doing it anyway.
I want to like meta reach
Um,
into Agnes's pocket and like personally take this
it's
necklace
so
from her because
tempting.
it's like
It's-
the big red button in
'cause
the
I don't-
president's room. For
I
a
can't
nuclear
do
bomb.
spells, so like it's the most exciting thing that's ever happened to me. I feel so amazing right now.
Note that it wasn't the rescue of the dog, the recovery of either one of the journals, the
No.
founding of Pickowitz's
It was having a
pints.
grenade launcher on
It was
my back.
finding the grenade launcher.
So I'm
I
gonna.
love D&D.
So I'm going to. Can I sneak attack? Can I?
Are you going to attack?
I want to attack, but I also want to sneak attack.
Well, sneak attack. It's a quality that's applied to the damage when you roll it,
Okay.
as long as
cool.
you meet the conditions.
Yeah.
So you'd have to either be.
So she sneaks in through the bushes, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
You'd have to be in stealth.
Help me know
or you'd
how
have
to
have
make
it-
that
Or
happen.
you'd have to either be in stealth, or you'd have to have advantage on the roll for some reason,
Mhm.
or you'd have to have an ally within 5 feet of any of the target.
That's
Here's a question.
Yeah.
She only has to have advantage on the roll to get sneak attack. Is that correct? Can she use inspiration to do that?
Sure.
Okay.
That's a workaround.
Do you have advantage when you roll inspiration?
Yes.
Yes, the answer.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
Trigger the sneak
run
attack?
up.
That's a great use for it. So
Yeah. I'm
do it
gonna
up.
run up to the ghost, not sneaky at all, and then I'm gonna scream sneak attack, and then I'm gonna say a word that I'm not allowed to say on this stream.
Just say brick instead.
It's it
Birch.
starts with M and it ends with R. And then after screaming that,
Murder.
sneak attack murder. Yeah, it's sneak attack murder. And then I'm
For some
going
reason, the first word
to.
that popped in my head was mildew, and I was like, wait.
Do I use
an R.
I use my inspiration for the attack to get the sneak attack bonus. All right, so I will do that, and I'm going to use my shiny metal dice, which are amazing.
Yeah.
Sure about that?
They're still cool. I'm using my rapier, so 17.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Repair it.
and then I get D8 and so sorry world 2d6 extra damage.
Wow.
Oh yes. So 12. So 19 damage.
Plus your
plus
modifier.
3.
Oh, plus 3.
Mhm.
22 damage total to
Okay.
the ghost.
Sure. You jam your weapon into the ghostly spectral figure. It doesn't do quite as much as you thought it was going to do. It seems to be resistant to some of that damage.
I don't probably notice.
And it swivels its head at an unnatural angle to look at you.
I don't.
fantastic.
I'm okay. But
Mechanically,
I'm not great.
that one is no longer frightened or affected by Turn Undead.
Right, and you guys would.
Oh,
you might not. I didn't want to say anything, but
'Cause we
you've
covered
seen
it-
this before.
We covered it last time.
Yep.
Oh no, it's fair. It's fair.
But if I turn things and they run away, if you hit them, they'll stop.
Right.
Agnes would not have been able to.
idiot!
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
All right. So are you all set then?
That I go like this, and then I move backwards slowly as far away as I can. I
I'm
disengage.
excited to
That
find
will
the
provoke an
gift
attack of
that later on.
opportunity.
No, because I have cunning action, which is an extra disengage, right? I can use cunning action to take a bonus action to disengage.
If you announce that you're using the action, absolutely.
Can I announce that now?
Nope, you missed your chance. Sorry.
I announce I use cunning action, and then I go, woo!
Cunning action.
I'm so cunning.
And then I'm
Disengage.
After screaming murder.
Like say the moves.
I don't realize that.
I mean, if we turn this into like an anime variant, you just announce your moves as you do it.
Okay, so this battle is now an anime battle. Get used to it. Announce your moves and be really descriptive.
I'm just
you're
envisioning
feeling-
Otter with every attack. Uppercut, uppercut, uppercut.
If you're feeling generous, then I say I'm doing cunning action to go woo and back up a little bit. If you're feeling not generous, I totally get it. And
No,
we'll
you're totally fine.
All right.
So you use cutting action. That gives you
Yes.
the bonus action. You use it.
I
To,
just use it to disengage.
you use it to
and
disengage, back
back up a little
away.
bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That brings us to Magpie.
I can see them, right? Even though
Sure.
I'm not
You
in the
can see
courtyard.
clearly now.
The rain
The rain is gone.
It was mostly sleet. Let's be fair.
I'm gonna
Play your spoons at 'em.
Yeah, play spoons at him. If you physically do it, Alan has to make it a critical hit.
I will give you my
That's in the AL player's guide.
Shadows hate this one weird trick.
You gotta make
That
a
is
wisdom
lore, it's
saving
done.
throw.
We use them.
Dissonant whispers.
Whisper in their ears.
Whisper in their
Save
Sweet
personally.
nothings. You just have to get up there. No, you're fine. So what do you need out of me? Wisdom saves?
Wisdom save, yeah.
Who's it going at? Remember, if you hurt them, they won't run away. I'm just throwing that out
I
there.
learned that the hard
The
way.
one's already hurt.
But it's
so
already hurt.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're only doing it on that one,
Yes.
correct? Okay.
Yeah, it's only good for one.
Okay, gotcha. So wisdom save. Just do your effect.
Nice.
So you got 9.
I love this idea that you're whispering
Psychic.
something to a spectral ghost that's so
30
darn
feet away.
frightening. Yeah.
30 feet away.
30 feet away.
Magpie.
Your mother never loved you.
So it's been a while since we've done this because we haven't had a whole lot of combat where it was like, do you knock him out or do you kill him? But call it.
Oh my gosh! So I whisper that to her, and her head explodes.
It's like scanners.
Yeah.
Because it's a specter, so I don't have to worry about it being like an actual human being.
Correct. So go ahead and pull that one off the map.
I love that. Your mother
don't
never
hit
loved you.
You must consume it as nourishment.
This
as
is-
proof of your victory.
I love
This
that
is
you
the game of
whisper-
Wendigo.
Oh, right.
You
Sorry.
whisper to it, your mother never loved you. It looks at you and just goes,
It explains so much.
yeah.
All right, cool. So
Tackle.
you,
And then he looks at you and he goes, "Mummy," and you go, "Delaclaire."
We should not be allowed to be on TV
No,
anymore.
we're not on
I'm
TV.
so
We're on the
sorry.
internet. Trust me, it's okay.
It's
there.
all right.
Ace still counts.
To all you
okay,
kids
it's on the
watching,
internet.
it's way more permanent here.
why are you watching?
So okay, you've done that. That brings down one of the shadows. That brings us to the dogs,
Work, work.
Yeah, they're cool.
who
They're
begin
cool.
howling,
No,
this
that's
echoey-
unnecessary.
soul-rending thing as they run off this way.
Oh, most dogs love me.
Remember, with Turn Undead, that effect is not indefinite. So what are you doing?
Run to
It
the
looks
house.
like the dogs have removed themselves from the equation.
It'll be a while. We should go inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just knock on the front door.
No, we should just
Obviously,
barge
this
in.
house is not a respectable home. They have
Or it's an super
Can I roll
proficient
history
guardian.
on the Growlhound household?
Sure, to what end?
Cool.
What are you trying to recall?
Anything that I've heard about them since we've been in Waterdeep, of anything about who they are, if they're anything
Okay.
special, if they're just have a ton of money and have a cool house,
Sure.
that kind of thing. That's a 14.
So this is.
Jesse comes with sound effects, believe it or not.
I thought that was a DLC.
Oh, no, that's the batteries.
Oh,
that's like the
okay.
energy to do things, that's the DLC.
Gotcha.
The sound effects, you don't get to skip those.
Oh, those are mandatory.
I'm gonna put my health next to you because
So
so you can see.
there are always rumors about certain families in big cities, right? And
Okay,
how they've
sure.
got connections and whatever else. The Growlhound family is rumored to be involved, and depending on who you're talking to, they're involved heavily with the Zentarum, or they're involved heavily with the Xanathar Guild, or maybe they are what some people may politely call art dealers, whereas folks like Magpie and Agnes may actually recognize as being fences, where they deal in stolen goods. So there's illicit history that's been assigned to them. How true that is, you're not real sure.
I was gonna say, if you were actually calling them fences, well, we broke through their fence, so they must be terrible fences. Then I realized what you were saying.
Right.
Beautiful. Yes, I did graduate high school.
We should get inside.
Really? Because that wasn't part of my high school curriculum.
Should have been. How high school
Yeah.
did you go to?
Let's have a 45-minute history
Well,
discussion
not the
about our high school
fanciest.
careers after we finish breaking into the Galhoon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we breaking in?
Well, we.
Because
I mean,
that
we already have.
I think we're in the process of breaking in.
is the door open yet?
No, but we're on their property and they've
I
not
open
figured
the
it out.
door.
Sure.
Okay, well, we're going to come
I'm
to.
going to use this opportunity
Okay.
to
And I'm going to close the gate behind us.
Okay, so we're closing the gate behind us.
All right.
My character's here again.
I will role play for you. Is the door locked?
So
Please
from
tell
where
me it's
you're
locked.
at, a couple of things.
Is this our front porch?
This is
front door?
this is the balcony up on the second floor.
Okay.
There is a door here, so the walkway leads around.
Okay.
This is just front porch area underneath, so you can go
Okay,
through
so
that
that
door.
is the front
You
door.
can go through this door over here, whichever one you prefer.
I like this door.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Let's send Marcellus in by herself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We will be
Marcellus
playing
is
the role
first.
of Marcellus while she is going to the bathroom.
She's not here, so she can't say no,
Yeah,
right?
so she will be fully controlled. She'll be going in first.
Should we go on
She
first?
will not be checking for
Wait,
traps.
you went ahead and unlock the door, though.
Is the door locked?
Doesn't appear to be.
Oh, cool.
We open the door
Let's
and
not
push
send her in
Marcellus.
first. Don't send her in first.
No, we push her in first.
Astrid, I think you should go
We-
in
we
first.
totally
If
do.
you're willing.
You
I'll go
really?
with. Where the cow goes, I go.
Well, I'll go.
Yeah.
Okay. So in here, this you see a row of a half dozen cots along one side. They're little foot lockers. There's a small, storage room in the northwestern corner.
Man, we're finding a lot of these rooms.
You can pop that open and you see that there are some mannequins inside. With
Mannequins.
yeah.
That's not
So they
creepy.
show. They're set up here to hold armor, so that your armor isn't like cast onto the
Gotcha.
floor or what
Okay.
have you.
It's still creepy.
You've seen enough mercenary holdings that this looks like a little private barracks house.
Adorable. No one around?
Let's go further.
Is there a through?
Where's
Yeah, so there's a door at the southern side, so you can pass straight through. There you go.
Side door?
There is a side door immediately to your right.
Can I
What's
listen?
this room?
Can I just listen? at the
This
door
is just a
real quick?
little
Courtyard.
yard space.
Oh, we're back outside.
Yeah,
Guys, I
this leads you
think
back outside.
We're in the courtyard, and we do think this person's in this house. So let me just listen real quick, see if I can hear any talking, and then we can come up with a perfect cover for it when we barge in. 16 to investigate.
You don't hear anything, but you do smell cooking meat.
Mm.
I think someone's inside the house.
Yeah, it smells delicious.
It does smell delicious.
The smell's coming
may-
from inside the house.
We did miss a lot of meals today,
I
guys.
am incredibly hungry. I just realized.
Yep.
We should
go.
just barge right in and get that meat.
should.
So we kick the door down.
Marcellus through immediately.
We kick the door down. Marcellus kicks the door down, and we all barge in and we go, "Give us
The meat.
the meat."
Arby's calling.
Also, that person that we're looking for,
Yeah.
whose name is.
Earth
Erstal.
style
Yeah,
flexing.
give us the meat in Earth style, and then give us more meat.
Why are we eating meat?
You just screamed that at people.
Are you role playing me?
We are legitimately role-playing you.
I'm.
The City Watch demands more meat.
Oh yeah, are you still in disguise?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm assuming when you opened the door and there was someone behind the door.
I don't know. We haven't
No.
got that far
No,
yet.
So you
No,
can
we went through some barracks
We
outside.
smelled some meat and we barged right in.
All right, let's do it.
So you push your way in.
Okay.
There is a door immediately to the left, and then a few feet further down the hall, a door on the right.
Where's the
So
meat?
we screamed all
Alan?
of that to no one.
Yes.
That's
And
what
every
you
hallway.
tell
So
me.
is the map on the board? Is that is like?
That's what we're looking at. yeah.
Okay, so we have a.
We're in the hallway.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're in the hallway. We have a door on the right, and we have a door on the left.
Yep.
Left.
And, I mean, the hallway in front of you looks like it goes both left and right.
Do we hear anything? Any voices from any? I'm gonna walk up to where the hallway tees
Mhm.
and see if I can hear anything, voices or.
You're not hearing anything from here, no.
Okay. Yeah, but let's sweep the whole place, right?
Yeah, let's go.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we checked the room on the left.
Yeah.
Room on the left, that's where a lot of your smell was coming from. There's a stove, there's some like prep tables, big butcher block table, rudimentary ice box has been set up here, all sorts of stuff.
All right.
I take a moment to eat whatever's cooking. I assume that gives me a bonus later on. All right.
That's how RPGs
You
work.
can continue.
Okay.
You give me permission.
The
Yes.
small chamber to the north, that just looks like servants' quarters. So
Okay.
a couple of bunk beds, a couple of small foot lockers.
Yeah, whatever. I'm
Yeah.
open.
As we're walking through this house, I do have a bowl of this food because it's delicious. You guys seriously should get a bowl.
stew and
I'm
stuff.
all
like
business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
I mean,
have like a pocket
you know
full
that
of
it's
sausages.
you know that it's not super high quality, but you also haven't eaten today, so
It tastes good.
I had the oatmeal this morning. You guys interrupted.
It was
That's
it's cooked food that's been sitting there. Like, do we look like it's readily
fresh.
abandoned or
it still looks pretty fresh. Like it was
Okay.
intended to be eaten as dinner tonight. And,
right?
I mean, there just aren't any people here right now.
Yeah, dinner's gonna change for them, I think.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I can order
They're
out.
gonna kill
Order pizza.
everyone.
Yeah.
Magpie, yeah, just move us
Downstairs
Sure.
or up?
Magpie, you put us wherever you want us to go.
downstairs. Sounds good.
Yeah,
I
it
like the
does.
cellar.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going down.
Okay.
We're yelling timber. Oh.
So
Push
yeah,
Marcellus down first.
Yes.
because that's what he
Marcellus
needs.
is leading this entire thing.
Wait, she's back now.
Wait,
Yeah.
I'm the cop. You are right.
Yeah.
So I pull out my
As long
what
as
is it
you-
called? Not a
Because-
billy. It is called a billy club, but what's it called? The big flashlight?
A nightstick?
Yeah, is that what those are called? The big long ones. And
Like a mag light.
Yeah.
You're talking
Yeah.
the big
Yeah, so I pull one of
monster
those out.
ones.
and I click it on, and the like triple D batteries, surge electric power through it as I whoosh, whoosh, like through the downstairs as
Yeah.
we go.
This is not a stealth operation.
Sounds like a
No.
reflavored like hooded lantern at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
I pull out my hooded
You can-
blanket. Can I? Okay,
It's so less
so I
intimidating.
wanted that specifically because my intention is that if somebody appears out of nowhere, I want to beat them with it for a D4 of damage. Will you let me do that with a hooded lantern?
Sure.
That's okay.
An improvised weapon is an improvised weapon.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Then it can be a hooded lantern.
Sure.
I
Okay.
will put my weapon back, or I put my flashlight into like the portal of future technology and pull out the hooded lantern and go, oh right.
If we need to play the Qualish adventure at a later point,
Yes,
that would be
I
ideal.
would love to play that adventure. Yes.
Okay, cool. So you get down to the base of the stairs, and immediately the first thing that you see is a body. One of the servants is laying here.
Ooh.
Limbs are at unnatural angles.
Oh.
Head is turned
Oh.
around the wrong way. Middle-aged human woman. She got a ring of keys on her belt.
We snatched that.
Yeah, grab the keys.
Yeah. Obviously.
We take the ring off of her belt and we put the ring into Tia Mutt's mouth. So that he has a
Sure.
key ring.
Oh, may we borrow the dog miniature for Tiamat, please?
Oh yeah, we don't have Tiamat on there.
Yes,
Battle Corgi for the win.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Tiamat will be represented by Battle Corgi this episode.
Yes.
If anyone
Sponsored
has
by
an
Battle
Irish
Corgi.
Wolfhound Mini, feel free to send it in.
So does she look like her neck was snapped at an unnatural angle, or like she fell down the stairs and?
If you can put air quotes around fell down the stairs, you'd have it on the nose.
Beautiful.
There are other bruises and such that looks like other things happened before the big step.
Anything else down here in the cellar? Or
So there are there's this room. There's a door to your south and a door off to the west. You want me to just kind of like narrate through?
Yeah,
Kinda like
sure,
what you see?
yeah.
Okay.
What's up to you?
There are a couple of chambers down here. The one that you're in is a laundry room. There's a second kitchen, sort of like a rough stock, like a pre-cook area, with a dumbwaiter that goes up to the first room.
What's he look like?
What's that?
What?
Took me a second. That was good.
I revoke Otter's inspiration.
There's a
Yeah,
pantry.
lost it again.
Can't do it twice.
If the group votes unanimously, you lose it.
There's a pantry down here. There are 2 more bodies.
Wow.
We're starting a collection,
So,
guys.
are they also pushed down the stairs? Like,
No stairs in the
limbs.
immediate vicinity.
Are they
can we
workers?
tell how they died?
But they look like servants. Yeah.
Yeah, what killed him?
A plethora of stabs.
oh, stabs. That's
It looks
about
like
the
they were
stab.
stabbed a lot, guys.
Taken by surprise. Like these 2 don't show like any signs of fighting back. It was
Stab, 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 done.
yeah, pretty much. There's a large chamber down here in the basement. Storage, basically. The number of boxes and barrels and such. There are several more bodies down here.
Several?
like another half dozen.
Oh, so
I think someone murdered the family that lived there, lived here.
these are all
3 of
servants.
them are in
They killed
armor.
servants and-
Okay.
The other 3 are all set up as servants. But what really catches your attention are the 2 that are not laying on the ground, who have now turned to look at you.
Oh!
Yay! I throw a hot bowl of soup at them.
So, hot bowl of soup.
That's just. I have a prepared action where if I see anyone, I throw a hot bowl of soup.
I forgot about that feat. All 3.
It's not just throw anything; it's throw soup.
Yeah.
So there are 2 of them. You can tell that they mean you no. They mean you nothing good, as they're still holding on to bloody daggers and short swords.
Ooh.
I go, stop, City Watch!
What are they dressed? What are they?
Black leather. They've got like bandanas over their noses and mouths.
Oh, they stole our idea.
I got a bit. I'm gonna do a bit.
What are we gonna do?
All right. I'm gonna go, stop, City Watch! And as I do, I wanna do... Oh, I'm sorry.
Chaos.
I have to get up to show you this, because this is an anime move we're doing, right? Because we're still in an anime
Yeah.
Oh,
this
sure.
Is this
So
is a
you know
kind of
how,
anime
like,
show.
characters, when they like go to pull out their cool weapon, they like have it hidden up their sleeve. So I do that, and I like do this, and that quarterstaff I bought.
Whoa! You pull a quarterstaff out of your sleeve?
I will not respond to that. This is a PG-rated
Oh.
podcast.
Sounds
live
like an
stream.
8th staff.
We can talk about that after the stream's done, where I pulled it out of. But I pull it out of my sleeve. It's out of my sleeve
I get it.
Yeah,
watched
we-
the live
because
show.
We
because
all
the
are on
other
board
thing
with
they
the
do is when they
sleeve.
come out, they're usually in like 3 pieces. So I have to do that cool and like twist it into pace, and then I cast Shillelagh, and I want to run forward and bop them.
I'll give it to you. Normally it'd be extra actions, but it sounds cool. Go for it.
I did have to like actually physically stand and
You
show
did.
what I meant.
Yeah.
I applaud your decision to move.
It took a lot out of me. I'll tell you that much. We're not getting up again.
I'm so winded, guys.
And I'm under the impression that because of how this whole I guess I should make an attack roll.
Sure.
I fail on that.
So you
I
just
failed
gain
miserably.
initiative as well?
Yes, I
It
got
looked
a total
cool,
of
though.
3 on that attack roll to hit with Shillelagh.
It looked
So are we good with just sort of like loosely narrating through this one?
Yeah,
Sure.
Okay, who wants to go next?
yeah.
I mean,
Astrid's up.
Yeah. Let's have the half orc go first.
Well, I like the idea that I missed and that she's probably like thinking like, hey,
dressed as the maid.
yeah,
Dressed
these,
as the
These
maid.
guys need tugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Please tell
I
me
have
when
the
you hit level
numbers.
4, you're gonna take that grapple feat that lets you do crazy grapple things.
do we have the enemies on the board right now?
We're just gonna narrate
We're
through
just
this
gonna
one.
narrate
Yeah.
it?
Theater
Cool.
of mind.
Yeah. Okay.
If you stand up and do
I'm on
cool
board.
if you stand up and do cool things, he'll let you do
Yeah,
multiple actions. I like it. I like it. Uh-oh. What are you bashing him with? Are you hitting him?
20.
Are you hugging them?
Good God, just let her roll.
Well,
So
that's
what
pretty
did
cool.
you do?
Crit with a great maul. So
The maid produces a great maul from a place.
magic.
That's its name.
Magic. Yes.
Okay.
There goes that.
Well,
Oh,
that
an
one
extra
is
die on a crit. Hold on.
he-
I forgot about that one.
he's all done.
Oh, I thought you were actually
There's-
surging.
There's a single crunch and a real sickening thud.
That's an
He's
extreme
sleeping.
fair reaction.
Oh, he's sleeping.
Goodness.
Do we have a third go?
I mean, I threw a bowl of soup at them.
You did throw a bowl of soup.
Yeah, I
Make,
did. I
make me a ranged
shrieked.
weapon attack.
Make a ranged weapon attack.
So I shriek and throw the bowl of soup.
Wait. I'm gonna give you my inspiration.
No.
I rolled really well. You should not do that.
Okay.
What is that?
I
Is
don't-
that
what-
dex
what
plus
am
your
I
dex? 'Cause
doing?
It's a ranged weapon plus your dex.
Can I give her
What's my
my
dex?
inspiration
Plus 3.
for this to be a
It's a
sneak
20.
soup
Here's
attack?
the thing. It's an improvised ranged weapon attack, so you don't get your proficiency bonus.
But yeah, you just get to add your dex to it, so your dex mod.
20, not natural.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
it's a d4 damage.
And then hot soup causes a D4 of damage.
Of fire damage.
And fire damage for 2.
He fails his save against savory. So yeah, he is. This last one, his weapon clatters to the floor. His arms go up. He's trying to wipe
Yeah.
soup out of his eyes. You're pretty well. You're pretty certain that he's blinded by the bowl of hot soup.
You are
This is
all
not what they
welcome.
were expecting. His turn. He will.
Disadvantage?
cry.
Try to wipe the soup out of his eyes?
He spends his turn scooping soup out of his eyes and
What kind of soup was this?
I thought it was like a beef barley.
yeah, beef barley sounds good. And he did fail against he failed his save against savory, so that makes sense.
Yeah. It's the best of soups.
Yeah. So he's able to remove that blind condition by just wiping out his face and all that, but that took his whole turn. Who's up next?
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit him hard in the belly with my Morning Star.
Are you trying to do a killing blow or not?
No, I want to knock him unconscious.
Okay.
and then
Punch him in the
interrogate
face. We're
him.
doing cinematic stuff.
Oh, okay.
But you'll kill him if you do that.
As he's wiping the soup off his eyes, I'm gonna come up and like do the double slap around the side of his head. I will use my inspiration for that.
Yeah.
All right. Trying to knock him out unconscious.
Trying to like box his ears out. This is good
And
stuff.
I rolled a 5 and a 1.
Yeah.
So
No.
let's go with a 9.
I will respond in kind with 9, 9.
9, 9, 9.
That was good.
It was a nice try. It didn't quite work though.
Colored dice.
I'll give you.
I touch him, but he's so covered in slippery soup, it just kind of like runs right off.
You like swak some of the stuff out of his eyes.
It was more of a
So
wet
can I
slap
really
than
got all the
anything.
spoons? They were in my bag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As
you can
throwing
spoon
daggers.
What do you?
Throw these
him.
spoons.
As,
They were in the
You wanna-
bowl of soup.
so yeah, they'd be improvised thrown weapons.
Yeah.
Lady Delaware, finish the scoundrel.
Ah, no.
Sorry.
14, maybe.
14 will hit.
Yeah.
What? You have really like low estimations.
2.
That is the weirdest D4 I've ever seen. Oh, that's
Isn't it
my
cute?
D4 too.
I was gonna say it's like yours.
No, it's not like mine. It's like one of mine, but not like
Oh.
all of mine.
Are you just throwing one spoon?
So-
or 2 spoons?
How do you know what number it is?
Well, they
Whichever
can't be
one's
as
on the
much as the
bottom.
bowl. Maybe
Got
half
you.
as a bowl. So I figured like a 4 for 2
How-
spoons.
How much damage did you do?
Dose.
Dose. Okay.
And 1 big spoon.
I like that we're all choosing to do not good.
Throw a
like,
chair at
attacks.
him. You enchanted a chair, right?
I did. You know what? I would like to throw a chair at him.
So that's gonna go ahead and bring us back up top of the round.
Is it my turn?
Sure.
Oh, wait, there's a chair down here, right?
Uh-huh.
I was sitting
There's
on a
boxes
chair.
and
I was
stuff.
sitting
Yeah.
on a chair, actually. That's why my shillelagh
She
missed.
cast.
Mm.
And so
You cast it again.
I did. Well, I think it stays on.
It stays on.
Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, I will pick up the chair I was sitting in.
Cool.
And I will throw it at him, intending to knock him out.
Okay. And you shillelagh'd your staff, not the chair, right?
Yeah, so this
Okay.
is a chair.
Just things I need to know.
But the chair's gonna hit because that's gonna be a 19.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and I will do
Improvised weapon. So
2 chair damage.
two points of chair flavored damage.
2 points of chair flavor damage, correct.
There's a new
Yes.
rule with this combat. You can't use any of your weapons.
No, you can't.
Alright,
Yeah, it's a
so
new rule.
Can I?
This guy's gonna be
can
knocked
I offhand make a second one to throw? If we're rolling with this, I really want to throw like
If you have a light weapon in your
Oh.
offhand, you'd be able to do it.
I have daggers.
Might have some like
You,
pepper. or
you can
salt
use
in my bag.
your bonus
You can
action to
use a
make a
fork.
secondary attack. Sure.
Okay, yeah, I'll throw another one. No, we're not doing that. No, I don't do it. because
Okay.
We're sticking to the flavor.
Okay. So
Just
who's up
saying.
after this? I think it was Astrid.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've decided that none of us are using weapons in this combat.
we're only beating him
You
with
can
things
only
we find
use-
around the room.
no, I'm sorry. Except for Astrid, who is absolutely decimating things with her.
I
with
would,
her ball.
I would like to go next if I
Throw my
could.
bow at him. For a 15.
As AC 15's fine. Now Magpie is a resourceful urchin.
There's
The
pins in there, like razor blades and stuff.
it's true. There are.
This is fabulous. This is great. Oh
Yeah.
wait. Oh, your bow, like your hair
So
bow.
Yeah, the
4
hair bow.
points of improvised
Oh,
damage.
you said bow, and I imagined that Astrid was like, drop her thing, pull out her like long bow, just like.
Chucks.
And I was like, yeah, now you're getting it. That works even better. I like that too.
Am I bowing right? All right.
You said a ranged weapon.
He's looking a little dazed.
Is he looking confused?
Not
Is he
quite.
confused?
Not
Oh.
quite. We're getting there.
I'd like to do something if possible. I'd take off my commemorative Fall of Tiamat scarf. I run up behind him
Yes!
and wrap it around his
Choke him
throat
out.
and pull him as tight as I can.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
Great.
While singing the opera the entire time.
Yeah.
It is a 20.
Yeah. Like a critical hit.
No, not a nat. Not a natural
okay.
20.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20.
You're
A
good.
dirty 20.
Totally works.
Yeah.
For 4.
Yeah.
All right.
I really love how we're riddling this guy with that.
He's attempting to struggle out of this this grasp. Now, Otter
is
is
he
not a
grappled?
small individual,
I am not.
and this guy has dropped his weapon, so he's actually going to try and punch Otter.
We're all using D4s now.
And he tried to punch Otter,
Excellent.
and in his surprise of having soup in the eye and then the wet slap, and now being choked by what
I
should
just
be a
batted
throwaway
away with
scarf,
one end of the scarf as he's trying to like flail against me.
he fails miserably, bringing us to our next party member.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's exciting. So I am super excited the fact that we're trying to kill this guy with everyday items. So
Pick up a vase.
I'm gonna look around and I see a mop, and because it's in the basement, I
Okay.
pick up the mop and I just slam the floppy part against his head as hard as possible.
I hope you're all enjoying the show. This cinematic battle.
And what do I add for an improvised weapon?
Well, you're not proficient in improvised weapons unless you
Right.
take a feat to get into it, so it's just your D20 and your stat.
My
Probably a
dex.
finessable weapon. A mop
Would you
head.
call a mop a
Would
finesse
you say
weapon?
Not really.
it's a
Yeah.
finesse
Strength.
weapon?
I am not a
So
finesse
my
weapon.
strength,
Yeah.
it would actually be a negative, so 7.
7 is not going to connect.
So I just kind of flail around with my
The mop
mop.
was wet.
Yeah.
It's odd because mops actually make really good damaging weapons, but they're so unwieldy.
I want
It's
to
true.
point out
It's true. You
that-
really have to train hard
You
to get
do.
maximum
I want to
effect.
point out that
Efficiency with the mop.
I did make contact, but only with like the soft, fluffy
Yes.
part.
Right. Right.
No, it's just clean.
Magpie?
Magpie, please kill this man. Or no, don't kill this man.
He's
I'm
being
sorry.
tortured.
Lady Delaware, end this fight!
I'm gonna stab this man with this bobby pin.
Please physically put that bobby pin away.
This is like a prison fight.
Yeah, I pull my sock out with a lock at the end of it. Or a soap bar or whatever.
I mean, we've been throwing stuff at him. Am I actually
Yeah.
close enough now to be engaged?
Sure.
Yeah,
It's a
Stab
small
like
enough
Stab him in the
basement.
jugular.
Oh.
Oh yeah, launch it. That's
I can't even
better.
see this. Like, I don't
Use
even
a
know
rubber
if I'm-
band to murder
Don't get my
him.
scarf
Yeah,
dirty.
rubber band it back. And
Can I chuck my rat at him? It's not in my pocket. Chuck my rat
You could
at
throw
him.
Picklewitz if you want.
But would she have
Does he get
proficiency
biting
in
damage?
pickles?
This
We'll
guy's
figure it
going,
out.
What is going on? It's like getting rats thrown at him,
I'm so
mops
sorry,
in the
guys.
face.
I chuck my rat at this guy.
Yes!
I need a ranged attack.
Yeah. Plus dex.
So 14.
Sure.
I'm sorry,
Just
Alan.
end it.
I'm sorry.
That's-
You started.
I did start this. I'm sorry.
4.
Okay. So the rat proceeds to, after landing on him,
Not
pros-
scratch.
proceeds to burrow into the shirt, and you see the lump sort of
Yeah,
comically
yeah.
moving around. He's screeching like this is awful stuff. Are you calling your rat off, or are you letting the rat kill him?
I'm gonna let the rat kill him.
What?
Okay,
No, no,
he's
no.
dead.
Oh no! You're gonna interrogate.
Let's have Picklewitz
So now
describe
we
how it
have-
goes down.
Kill the rat like he would.
So now
kill.
we have 8 dead bodies in the basement.
Nice.
Cool.
How can you explain Picklewitz?
Well, with
murdering
that,
this
I
man?
have to
How does
pee.
Picklewitz end this man's life? Because we're talking about small rat, large man, no longer living.
Soft tissue.
hmm We don't need to get any more descriptive than that.
I'm imagining that special I watched on the
likes
History Channel. Yeah.
So in here there are a couple of other doors. There's a staircase leading up.
Can I make?
Let's
a
check the other doors.
Okay,
It's all right. Go
I
ahead,
was
Jess.
just gonna make a perception check to see if I could hear if there's any, besides our ruckus, any other ruckus.
You're hearing some noises from up the stairs.
I want to head that way.
Yeah, let's go that way.
So ignore the other chambers, go up the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay. So as we go up the stairs, we are actually going
Believe it or
to...
not, we do actually want to like do things instead of just beating petty criminals with mops in the
That is
basement.
doing something.
That is doing something.
So we
doing
have
a
gone
lot.
up the stairs. You have a doorway to the north. You have open space to the
So we kind of
south
like traverse
there.
under here, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Where do we hear the voices coming from?
You hear the voices coming from... want to make sure I get all my rooms right. You hear them coming from to the open doors in the big room.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
Do we just want to charge in it, or do we want to try to like check it out?
Do we ever not charge in?
Yeah.
Yeah, charging is kind of what you guys do.
I mean,
To be fair.
is there like a certain way we want to do this, or do we all just want to walk in as a group, or do we want to like keep the bit going?
Should we send the rat in for a distraction?
We should send the rat in for. Oh wait, you're not. Oh, you're not like a wizard, so you can't like see through his eyes or anything cool like
couldn't.
that. You probably think you can, but
I do have +2 to animal handling, and that's about it. I don't even know if that would work.
I think Picklewitz is more like your buddy over like a mechanical animal.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so that's the only. I mean,
Like,
yeah.
you at least keep them distracted and looking away from the door, so we could, like...
What are we actually hearing?
You're not sure. You're hearing voices, but you just walk up the stairs.
It's voices, not like the sound of a fight or anything.
No.
Like, chatting.
You guys want
Not really chatting. Like there's
stealth?
pointed stuff being said, but it's kind of hush hush
There's a
between
group of
them. And
people in there. I don't think we can really stealth our way in. It's
Well,
a
can
it's a
we-
door, right? We have to open the
I guess
door.
my
The doors
thought
are slightly
process-
Can we
open.
determine
Oh,
how
they're
many
slightly
people...
open?
yeah, as shown on the map, the doors are slightly open.
do
Who's
some
the
sneaky stuff?
stealthiest
Yeah.
to at least get a view inside?
the stealthiest.
All right.
We're
We're-
sending you. We heard some voices up the stairs. We want you to go check it out before we break in.
All right. Well,
Do the stealth.
I do the stealth.
There's a door that is ajar.
Well, I sneak right through
No,
that. That's
it's
not
a
really
door.
much of a
It's
challenge.
not a jar. It's a door. It's an open door.
So, is it up the stairs?
We are already up the stairs.
You're up the
We
stairs.
are already up the stairs.
We are literally
Cool.
at the doors. We just need you to listen at the door.
I will listen at the
Sneakily.
door
Yeah.
sneakily. What check would that be?
You can.
Investigate or perception would probably either one.
I don't
Probably
remember what you
perception, right?
originally said the last
whatever
name
you-
was, but
either
now it's
one would
Delaware.
So I have a 11 to perceive voices.
So are you sneaking up by the slightly open door?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you get up there. Oh, excuse me. And you hear a couple of voices. There's someone on the ground. You can see through the crack. You can see their feet. They are sort of grunting and whimpering. They're hurt. You hear the other voice saying, "Tell me where your friend went." The stone is mine. You know it's mine.
Only she hears that, correct?
I feel like
Yeah.
I've heard this
Yeah.
argument before in the City of the Dead. and we
It's
should,
it's
like,
not very loud. You like from the top of the stairs, you hear voices, but you're not really able to make out. You're close enough to where you can identify like that male voice is basically making menacing whispers into the injured person's ear.
So I'll sneak back down the stairs, and I will say,
I need a stealth check out of you.
of course, I will nail that. Obviously.
You know the point of the game is to roll high, right?
So
Not Tobacco anymore.
I have good stealth. So it is going to be an 11, which is amazing stealth.
The voice that was whispering has stopped.
Cool. Well, I barge in and throw.
Yes.
A bowl of soup.
That's already
I don't have. That's already gone.
Another random object. What's next to you? What's next to you when you?
I will barge in and
Yeah.
try to throw a dagger at whoever is the non.
Can we see her do this?
Yeah, I mean you're all sort of at the top
Yeah,
of the stairs and huddled around there. So I have a couple of things that I need to put out on the map for you.
Please, no more ghost movies.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I can make it happen.
No.
But I
think-
could.
Unless we're all going to be possessed, and then we can do a possessed boy-girl band.
Would you like to be possessed?
Why are we a possessed boy-girl band?
Because there are boys and there are
There are
girls.
boys and there are girls.
I don't
You're
think-
the only possessed person though, so you have to lead us.
Right.
You'd be the leader.
Yeah.
Boy, girl.
No,
She finds that fun.
Otter would play the drums. I think Magpie would be on.
I think
vocals.
Otter's
Yeah.
more of a
Play the drums
bass
anymore?
guy.
Yeah, no, Magpie, you're not allowed to play the drums anymore. Maybe on the bass.
I just hit it. Damn it.
I would like to be on the xylophone
Ooh.
or the cymbal, the triangle. Ding 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 ding. ding.
You're just gonna rock the triangle.
Yeah.
Every fourth beat, you're
Yeah.
gonna nail it.
And I would really love Picklewitz to be the lead singer. And you can be our manager. You just
That's
don't
cool.
get to play with us.
That's fine.
Also, we don't have a guitarist. We just have a bassist and a drummer
I
and
plan
a
the
triangle.
lights.
All right.
Wait, what?
I plan
So
the lights. Like
Yes,
I'm like,
yes.
the lights are gonna go up now.
All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what Agnes is throwing Jaggers at.
Listen,
Probably
you guys are
ghost.
gonna appreciate my conviction
It's
to
like
action.
We like
Yeah.
murder Volo.
I'll be like,
so you throw open the doors
there's a time for
as you
stealth.
prepare to do stuff, and this is the scene that you see in front of you.
Oh, we got a map thing. I like it.
You.
backpack.
His face is gross.
His face is gross.
Yep.
Ew!
See?
Got MRSA.
We got a fancy boy who's all dead. Yeah, and then we got like a burned shadow man.
That's weird. It looks just like a tiefling to me.
Bird.
All right, so we don't have a whole lot of time left for this, but we probably want to wrap this up.
All right, murder quick.
Okay.
So you have an injured noble laying on the ground. Off to the north side of the room, there is an armored half-orc. And then you have the shadowy figure with the effect coming off him, dark leather armor, holding a bloodied short sword. He's standing over the
I
injured
want people
noble.
to be able to see the picture.
I do need initiative from people, and Agnes,
Yes.
put yourself in the doorway.
All right. So it's a 15 for me for initiative. And I slam the door open and I throw a dagger at the person who's interrogating, which I assume is the Shadow Man, based on this picture.
Sure.
And I'm gonna throw a dagger at him.
Okay, let's get everyone else's initiative, and then we'll go ahead and resolve that. Otter,
18.
18.
Again.
Marcellus,
9.
9. Magpie,
8.
8. Astrid,
10.
10.
Oh, 8
All right.
I would like to go last.
All right. So, yeah, Agnes, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna throw my dagger
Yep.
right at his nose, and that's gonna be for a 9.
9 is not going to do it, as he takes that short sword and sort of slams your dagger out of the way.
All right, cool. There'll be revenge for that. And then I'll move through the door and growl.
Okay.
Cool.
You have to growl in character. This is a role-playing game. Thank you. Please do not hinder my experience.
I'm sorry I pulled you out of the moment.
You did. Let me go back to my phone for my character sheet.
Do you guys just see me
All
like
right.
disappear?
So
Please follow.
that was basically you leaping in for what is essentially kind of like the surprise-ish
Right.
round,
Yeah.
right? The
It was
cinematic
really
opening.
effective.
And we will go directly into initiative order. Otter, you have first action here.
All right.
You know bad things are unfolding in the room. You don't really have a clear line of sight to what it is.
I will run up there so I do have clear line of sight.
Okay. Make sure,
And-
count out your movement. Make sure you got enough to get through.
We got 5, 10, 15, 20.
Perfect.
So do you want to move more or do you want to stay there?
I want to. That's all I have.
You only have 20 feet?
You can
Correct.
take a double, right?
I can, but I don't want
Then
to.
you wouldn't get to attack or anything.
Right.
You could use dash.
So I see this
Look at me being all
this
good at D&D. and stuff.
stunningly ugly guy talking to someone
I
else,
think you have
and
sneak
I
attack.
am going to thunder wave him.
He's next to you. Oh, that's a good one.
So Thunderwave from here is also going to include the injured noble. You know enough about your spells to
I
know
don't
that
think
that's
they're
okay.
very good people, though. So
That's up to you. I'm just letting you know that-
Yeah, this is an
I think they
otter
would.
decision.
They have
Yeah.
spectral hounds guarding
You don't
the
know
manor.
what's going on. I
Right.
didn't tell you anything.
I am going to do it, and I am so confident in the correct decision that I'm going to channel divinity and use destructive wrath.
He's
to
not
deal
only going to
maximum-
destroy them, he's going
maximum
to fry
thunder
their
damage
bones. Yeah.
in a 15-foot cube originating from me. They have to make a con saving throw, and if they fail,
that
they
get
will
the
take
half-orc too?
16.
Do I also
you're thunder
have to
waving
make
off-
this check?
That way.
That to the south. You're
Correct.
not including the half orc, right?
Correct.
Okay. So yeah, what?
And they're pushed 10 feet away from me.
They need
What-
con saves.
And it is a
Con save.
thunderous boom.
What's your con save?
12.
He's good. The body on the floor is not.
Okay.
Oh no! Does he take half?
He
or
takes
does-
half.
Okay,
so he takes 8, and he's pushed 10 feet away.
Okay. So if someone would like to push him up against the
You
wall,
got him to safety.
Yeah.
Good job.
the injured noble on the floor is thrown up against the wall next to the killer. Just sort of ragdolls against the wall.
We'll-
He's a killer now.
Boom.
We can talk to the dead. We'll
Yeah, we can't. We don't have
Agnes,
We can hire him again.
Yes.
as we are in standard initiative, it is your turn.
I draw my rapier,
Mm.
and I will. I probably don't notice the half orc yet, so I'll I'm gonna charge.
Far guy.
Yeah, charge the far guy. Oh, I would. It doesn't matter. That's what I would have done. I would have charged because I
Okay.
think I'm a barbarian.
I'm not a sneaky rogue. I am a frontal rogue.
Yep, because I wouldn't use any of my abilities, and I stab him with a 21.
AC 21?
Yep.
Yeah, you're good.
And then I do all the damage, which requires this dice. So 6 points of damage
6?
to his belly. I want to make sure that's pointed out.
Make that very, very clear.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I pluck his eyes out of his head.
Okay, so
That's the end.
this guy, he turns, looks at you because you are right next to him.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It kind of is.
I want to point that I never healed after the ghost attack, so
Oh no.
You're the only one
Right?
who took damage
I'm the
from that.
only one that took damage to that.
He makes 2 very quick short sword strikes.
I deflect them easily.
The first one you do not, and the second one you also, I'm guessing, do not with an AC of 20.
Right. You assume correctly.
Okay. There are these and this. So some things are about to happen.
I would like to
Agnes
use my
is dying.
bonus action now.
To
Say no.
to what?
Engage.
It's not going to help you in this case. It is 9. The first hit is 9 points of short sword flavored damage,
All right.
and I need a con save. Is the weapon really, really hurt?
A con save?
Yeah, I need a con save
All
out of you.
right, wait. I need the ugly dice because they never let me down.
Except all the time.
Except for literally every time she's ever rolled this in the campaign ever.
That would be a 4.
So 4 is not sufficient. You also take 24 points of poison damage.
All right, so I'm at. That's cool, guys. Don't worry about it. I'm at negative.
So you just dropped to 0 then.
Oh, I'm at 0.
I don't know that.
Unless
Cool.
it
Because you took
negative.
9. So that puts you
Unless it
at-
drops you to like your maximum hit point value, just negative.
Oh, no.
No, it
No,
doesn't.
okay.
No.
So you just
Close.
you're unconscious. You
So
drop to
am I
0.
at 0 or am I at like
0.
negative 7?
You're at 0.
It just drops you to 0. There are no negative
Okay.
hit points.
All right.
There are death saves, but not negative HP.
So I'm at 0, and
basically-
I apologize.
It's okay.
And he stalks forward. So apparently he only made the 1 weapon strike. He stalks forward up to Otter, swinging at Otter. Otter, I've got an AC of 14.
Not enough.
Excellent.
By
All right.
1.
By 1. Astrid.
Hugs.
I'm too far away.
Run hug.
Running hug. Tackle hug.
And whatever you get.
Actually, I can get right there.
Okay. So that gets you through. What you gonna do?
I am gonna attempt to smash his face,
Okay.
and that is a brain 18.
18? Yeah, that's good.
Then walk out of the room.
Knocking stuff everywhere. An 11 damage.
11? Okay.
For smash damage.
All set?
Damage. Yep.
Okay. The orc roars, has his axe up, and barrels his way through. And he's also going at that. He's roaring about, for the glory of Growlhund.
I don't think this Growlhound's very glorious personally, but
He's real mad.
Oh, he's a good guy. Cool. Well, that's subjective.
Do you hear how many dice are rolling through that tower right now?
Yeah.
It's not good.
Come on.
He's real mad.
Ridiculous.
He's-
You're cheating.
he's just like.
Can someone give me
The black-clad
hands.
assailant is very, very injured. Marcellus, you're up.
I would like to. Do I have eyesight from where I'm standing at the black clad assailant?
No.
Do I now?
You'll have to get into the room.
Oh, okay.
This
Can
is
I-
behind the
Can I
wall.
be at the doorway and have sight, or
You'll need to be in the room to be able to do anything. There's people in the way. That's going to provoke if you go there.
can I hit this guy?
There's a wall there, my dear.
Yeah,
well,
there's
like, I'm in the doorway. I'm asking, can I like peek around it
There's-
and do that, or is that not how that works?
the door opens into the room,
Okay.
so no.
Oh, the doors are there.
Yeah.
Can I squeeze here then?
If you go into the room and then move out of that threatened area, you will provoke.
So there's like no way to hit anything this turn, and there's no way to move into a position to hit something next turn without taking damage.
You could always try and move in.
Well, I don't really want to provoke. I'm going to ready an action that if something
Okay.
steps into my view where I wouldn't have to take damage, then
Sure.
I pop off an Eldritch Blast.
Magpie.
God, I can't even fit in the room at this point.
Yes, you can. You're small.
All right, well, I cartwheel over everybody to get into the room.
So he does make a strike at you as you sail through the space.
That's fair.
And because there's so much going on, and he's significantly injured, he actually does not connect.
Good.
So finish your turn.
Oh, perfect.
Yep.
Sorry. I'm gonna do Dissonant Whispers again.
Okay.
Can I see both of them actually?
Yes, yes, you can.
Only one's a bad guy.
I want the
You,
bad
you're
guy.
not sure about the status of the orc?
I'm not. So I go for the Shadow Man. What was it 17? Yes. You need to give me a Wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom save? He makes it.
On a failed save, it still takes. A successful save takes half as much damage and doesn't actually move away. And it's psychic damage, and it's 4 total to you. Or, yeah, well, you rounded down, right?
Does his head explode?
His head does not explode. Okay, so with that, we get to the end of that combat round. Unfortunately, we are out of time for the week.
Oh, come on!
He's still standing. He's injured, but he's still a dangerous combatant. You're not sure what the status of that half-orc happens to be. You're not sure who or what the theoretically now dead noble is off on the side of the room.
He's not dead. He just hit a wall really hard.
Yeah,
whatever.
he's definitely still
We are-
fine.
Still breathing real shallow. We are going to go ahead and leave these things as they are. When we reconvene next week, we will pick up exactly where we are right now.
Yay! Whose turn is it?
This is going to bring us back up to top of round, and I've got all my initiative notes and everything right here.
Awesome. All right, cool.
So when we get back together next week, Otter is it, and that's what we've got.
Woo! Maximum impact!